Live on a Friday night, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the second of a three-game series as the Grizzlies take on the Wichita Thunder. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Grizzlies have played some outstanding hockey as of late, as they are 4-1 in their last 5 games, where they've outscored opponents 24-18. 2 days ago on New Year's Eve, the Grizzlies got a 4-3 overtime victory against Wichita. It was Utah's first victory past regulation this season, in a game past regulation this year. Wichita took a 2-0 lead halfway through the second period. Nick Nardicia scored 18-11 into the first for the Thunder, and then Wichita took a 2-0 lead, 10-14 into the second. Grizzlies got on the board with exactly 1 minute left in the second period as Riley Connors got his third of the year, with Timofeyev and Shea getting the assists. Early in the third period, 29 seconds in, Lucas Van Roboys made it a 3-1 game. He scored his fifth of the year, with Proctor and Huell getting the assists. 29 seconds later, it was Maxim Barbashev scoring from the slot to cut into the lead, making it a 3-2 game, and it stayed a 3-2 contest for about 19 minutes. And then the Grizzlies, skating 6-on-5 with their net empty, got the puck towards the middle of the ice, and Friesen centered it to Lebster, and Lebster found the back of the net with just 29 seconds left in regulation. It's Lebster's team leading 15th goal of the year, and with that, Evan Friesen picked up the main assist as he extended his point-scoring streak to 7. Then the Grizzlies in overtime had the puck for the majority of the 6.5 minutes of the overtime session. Utah outshot Wichita 6-3 in overtime, and Maxim Barbashev scored the game winner, 6:28 into overtime, with Timofeyev and Aiden Hansen-Bukata getting the assists. Utah had 50 shots to Wichita's 27. On Wednesday night, the Grizzlies have taken 95 shots in the last 2 games. 10 of those shots were taken by Danny Genev, who is third among all-league skaters with 106 shots on goal. So it should be an interesting one tonight. Grizzlies are looking to stay on a roll as they're taking on Wichita for the 4th time this season. All 4 games have been played at Intrust Bank Arena, including tonight, and Utah is 2-1 against the Thunder this year. Well, Kyle Kaiser was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles earlier today. Kaiser got the victory on Wednesday night, stopping 24 of 27 in net. His backup on Wednesday was an emergency backup named Kai Nixon. Nixon will be backing up tonight as the Grizzlies signed a goaltender to an ECHL contract. We'll tell you who is on the other side. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face-offs in about 10 minutes from now as we're hanging out in the Professional Green Studios just outside the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. Maverick Center tonight does have some action as there's a basketball game as the Salt Lake City Stars are in action against Rip City Remix in G League action. They're going to actually be playing here tomorrow night as well. So if you're in the area, come on out and join the Salt Lake City Stars for a fun night of basketball. Tonight, over at Intrust Bank Arena, the Grizzlies will face the Thunder, and in net for the Grizzlies will be Dominic Bassey. B-A-S-S-E his last name. He just signed with the Grizzlies earlier today. Bassey was selected in the 6th round by the Chicago Blackhawks in the 2019 NHL Draft. He played with 3 different colleges. He appeared in 41 games for Colorado College from 2020 through 2022, and then he transferred to St. Cloud State, where he won 23 games in 2 seasons from 2022 through 2024. Last year, he played at St. Lawrence University, where he was a teammate with Grizzly forward Riley Connors. He appeared in 10 games last year at St. Lawrence. Bassey's got good size. In fact, he's got about a basketball build at 6'6" and 197 pounds. Bassey just recently appeared in 1 game in the SPHL, where he played with the Pensacola Ice Flyers, and he saved 32 of 33 in a victory at Macon on December 31st. Bassey will wear number 35 for the Grizzlies, and he will be backed up by men's league goaltender Kai Nixon, who's a local in the Wichita area. Earlier today, Kyle Kaiser was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles, And Dylan Wells is currently up in the American Hockey League with the Tucson Roadrunners. So Bassey will make his Grizzlies, and he'll make his ECHL debut. He did appear in one game 2 days ago in the SPHL, getting a victory for the Pensacola Ice Flyers. When we come back, we'll give you the lineups for both teams. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face-off is in about, I'd say, 9 minutes from now over at Intrust Bank Arena as the Grizzlies take on the Thunder in the second of a 3-game series. And unfortunately, because the Grizzlies lost their 2-game homestand last weekend against Idaho, those games will be rescheduled. Or not sure exactly when they'll get rescheduled. And so because of that, this turns into a 9-game road trip, and it's game 5 of 9 straight on the road. Utah is 3-1. On this current road trip. They got a 4-3 victory on Wednesday night as Maxim Barbashev scored 2 goals, including the overtime game winner. And the Grizzlies outshot the Thunder 50-27. Riley Connors had 1 goal, and he was a +3 for Utah. Let's go over the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Grizzlies, who have a record of 13-13-2. They're a break-even club, but they've been outstanding on the road. They are 10-6-1 away from the friendly confines at Maverick Center, and Utah is outscoring opponents 58-51 on the road. Getting the start in net, we mentioned him in the last segment. Dominic Bassey, B-A-S-S-E, his last name, will make his league debut. He is 6'6" and 197 pounds. He played with 3 different colleges, but they were all major colleges: Colorado College, St. Cloud, and St. Lawrence. He signed late last season with the Idaho Steelheads, but didn't appear in any games. And earlier this season, he was in uniform of the Greensboro Gargoyles, but didn't appear in any games, so he's making his league debut here tonight. And Kai Nixon's the emergency backup, as Kyle Kaiser earlier today was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles, and Dylan Wells is still in the uniform of the Tucson Roadrunners. So we'll see Bassey making his Grizzlies debut tonight. The Utah will go with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. The starting defensive pairing includes Colby Enns, who leads Utah with a +8 rating, and he's got a +7 rating in his last 6 games. Enns will be one starter, and he'll be paired up with Aiden Hansen-Bukata, who picked up an assist in the game winner on Wednesday night. AHB has 1 goal and 13 assists in 24 games. So the starting defensive pairing is Colby Enns and Aiden Hansen-Bukata. We will also see Robbie Stucker paired up with Noah Gansky, and that's been an outstanding defensive pairing as of late. And how about Robbie Stucker? He certainly made a strong impact with the Grizzlies. He has 6 points, 1 goal and 5 assists in his last 5 games, and he's a +3 in his last 5 games. Once again, it's going to be Sage Weinstein paired up with Christian Felton. Felton's played outstanding hockey for the Grizzlies, as Felton is a +3 in his last 5 games, and Sage Weinstein just continues to get better and better. Luke Salem is also in the Grizzlies lineup. He's the 7th defenseman. He's going to be bouncing around quite a bit. Might even see some shifts at forward this evening. So Luke Salem, who did not play on Wednesday, he will be in the Grizzlies lineup here tonight. So your starting defensive pairing once again is Enns and Hansen-Bukata. The starting forwards for the Grizzlies include Danny Genev, the rookie out of Penn State. Genev is tied for second among league rookies in points with 25. He has 9 goals and 16 assists on the year. Genev leads Utah with 106 shots on goal, which ranks 3rd overall in the league. So he'll be on the starting left wing. Starting center is going to be Jack Ricketts, who has 8 goals and 8 assists in 22 games. On Wednesday night, Ricketts returned to the Grizzlies lineup after missing 6 straight games, and he's one of the best rookie scorers in the league. And Stepan Timofeyev, who had 2 assists on Wednesday, he's going to be in the starting lineup as well. Timo has 7 goals and 11 assists in 24 games. So the starting forward line is Genev, Ricketts, and Timofeyev. That's the second forward line on John Buchanan's lineup sheet. Top forward line includes the captain, Tyler Gratton, who has a point in 12 of 22 games that he's played in this season. On Wednesday night, he appeared in his 100th ECHL game and 101st as a pro. Evan Friesen, who's got a point in 7 straight games, will be the first line center. Friesen was a +6 to lead the Grizzlies in the month of December. And Reed Lebster, who's tied for second in the league with 15 goals, he's going to be on the top line right wing. So it's going to be Gratton, Friesen, and Lebster lined up together tonight. We will see Neil Shea lined up with Riley Connors and Maxim Barbashev. Shea's been outstanding all season. He's got a point in 16 of 22 games this season. Shea has 49 shots on goal in his last 10 games. As for Riley Connors, he has 12 shots and a +5 rating in his last 2 games to go along with 2 goals and 2 assists. He was one of Utah's best players on Wednesday. And how about Maxim Barbashev? 2 goals on Wednesday. It was his first multiple goal game as a pro. Barbashev is a +5 in his last 5 games. The fourth forward line will include John Gillette and Christoph Filion. We mentioned the Grizzlies are going with 11 forwards, and those two will be rotated with a different center just about every time they're going to be on the ice. So 18 skaters for the Grizzlies, 11 forwards, 7 defensemen. Avery Winslow, Rylan Kovacevic, and Luke Manning are out of the Utah lineup. For the Wichita Thunder, they've got a record of 11, 3, and 2. So it's a battle of 500 clubs this season. They're led by longtime head coach Bruce Ramsey, who was the 2020-21 League Coach of the Year. Roddy Rossberg get the start in net for Wichita. He got the loss on Wednesday, but he certainly hung in there and played a good game. He stopped 46 of 50 on Wednesday. He is a native of Saskatchewan, 6'2" and 190 pounds. Ross, 12 games this year, has a record of 6, 3, and 2 with a 2.76 goals against average and 912 save percentage. So Roddy Ross will be the starting goaltender for Wichita. The starting defensive pairing includes Nico Somerville, who has 1 assist in 21 games. And he's going to be paired up with John Gormley, the Bronx, New York native. He's 6'4" and 230 pounds. Other defensemen will include Kirby Proctor, Nolan Neen, Tyler Jetty, and Jack Barr. Their best defenseman statistically, Noah Beck, was recalled to the AHL San Jose Barracuda earlier today. Beck and Danny Genev are each tied for second among league rookies with 25 points. So Somerville and Gormley are the starting defensive pairing. Starting forwards include Spencer Blackwell with Ryan Finnegan and Kyle Jeffers. That is the third forward line on Bruce Ramsey's lineup sheet. Kyle Krinkovic will be paired up with Peter Bates and Jay Dickman. That's a solid top forward line for Wichita. Mikhail Stenell's lined up with Lucas Van Roboys and Donovan Huell. And we'll also see Jake Wallen lined up with Nick Nardicia, who scored a goal on Wednesday, and Declan Smith. So that's the 18 on the ice for Bruce Ramsey's crew. When we come back, we'll have face-off on the other side. You've been tuned into the pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle, more of the best service.
Well, we've begun play as the Grizzlies skate from right to left. They're wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Grizzlies will start out with Genev, Timofeyev, and Jack Ricketts. The Grizzlies have the puck in the offensive zone. Ricketts towards the left corner as he continues to battle, fakes it to Genev. Now Ricketts Tried to dish it towards Geneva, went past him behind Wichita's net as the Thunder will move it back towards center ice, and the Grizzlies get it back in their own zone. As Utah will push it towards center ice, Geneva waits for Ricketts to wheel it around the boards, but it's cut off by Wichita off the screens. The Grizzlies make their first line change of the game 45 seconds in. Wichita's in a white jersey with a little bit of black and kind of a middle range blue, kind of colors that you would see from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Wichita's affiliated with San Jose. Grizzlies over the offensive line as they try to whip it in, and looks like the puck is stopped by Roddy Ross on a shot from the right wing as Ross gloves it, makes the save. 1:01 into the contest. Who's your pick to click? Who's going to be the player of the game for the Grizzlies? I'm going to go with Riley Connors. He's been outstanding as of late. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists and a +5 rating in his last 2 games. Evan Frieson's got a point in 7 straight. He's going to be a popular pick. He's out there with Reed Lebster and the captain, Tyler Gratton. Grizzlies win the draw. Lebster 15 goals this season. Sharp angle shot saved by Ross, and he holds on. Boy, Ross was deep in his crease. He was almost inside the net. He cut off the sharp-angled shot from the right corner by Reed Lebster. So Ross has already made 2 saves, 1:06 in. Grizzlies have certainly fired away often as they have 95 shots on goal in their last 2 games. And the Grizzlies, over the last month plus, have been a high-volume shot team as well. They're now 6th in the league in shots. Now right wing, shot by Lebster. That one's blocked away by Ross. Puck goes out towards center ice. As Robbie Stucker gets the puck, he's paired with Noah Gansky. As Gratton over the offensive line, he gets pushed by a Thunder defenseman. Now Gratton gets it back. He skates down the middle of the ice, veers off to the right, drops for Lebster. Righty shot saved by Ross, and the puck flips towards the left point. Peter Bates, the Wichita captain, gets it, and he'll dump it in. As chasing after it, Sage Weinstein in his first shift of the game. He's paired up with Christian Felton. Puck goes out towards center ice and towards the Wichita line. As the Thunder get it back, Jack Barr, number 25, he had a goal on Wednesday night, moves ahead to the right wing. And jumping away is Lucas Van Roboys, who also had a goal on Wednesday in the Grizzlies' 4-3 overtime victory. As Barr gets it in the right point, he fires a righty shot. Glove saved by Dominic Bassey. That's the first save by Bassey as a Grizzly. And it's his first save in this league as Bassey signed earlier today as Kyle Kaiser was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles. And one of the things you notice if you're watching on Flow Sports is Bassey's a big guy. 6'6", 197 pounds. He makes a glove save about shoulder high with Van Roboys battling for position in front of the net with Sage Weinstein. So we're just getting underway, so grab some chips and dip in a beverage of your choice and enjoy part of Friday with us. Second of a 3-game series and 5th of a 9-game road trip for the Grizzlies. Wichita wins the draw. Barr gets it towards the right corner. As Gillette in the area, Weinstein delivers a hit on Van Roboys. Mikkel Stenell with a shot, and that one's blocked. That one goes wide. Now Stenell gets it behind Utah's net, and he gets it taken away. Good job by Sage Weinstein, who slides it towards the right corner. As Barr collides with Gillette, as Weinstein throws it behind the net, now goes back towards Gillette. John Gillette will race out to neutral ice. He tried to nudge it ahead looking for Geneva, and it's picked off by Tyler Jetty, number 81 for Wichita. Now Donovan Huell, not to be confused with Dominic, but Donovan, right side. He takes a righty shot, and it goes wide. Might have gotten a piece of it with the Christian Felton stick as the puck goes out of play. As we get a whistle with 17:29 left in the first, and Aiden Hansen-Bucata is laughing at Lucas Van Roboys. And now those 2 cease and desist as Van Roboys will skate towards the bench. He was one of Wichita's most active forwards on Wednesday night. Colby Enns is on the ice. Enns has been outstanding. He's got a +7 in rating in his last 6 games, and he's a +8 to lead all Grizzly skaters. Enns wearing number 5. He's been a first-year pro that's been super solid for John Buchanan's crew. Enns played his college hockey at Merrimack last year and had 4 assists in 29 games. Before that, played 4 years at Northern Michigan University. And so he played with 2 different colleges. He played in 1 game last year with the Iowa Heartlanders, where he made his pro debut on March 30th. It was a home game for Iowa against the Wichita Thunder. As Enns gets the puck, he'll move it towards the right side. Grizzly skate from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. As Hansen-Bucata gets in the left wing, look to center it. It bounced off a stick. Now Shea trying to get it back across, and the pass was overled for Maxime Barbashev wearing number 92. Sharp angled shot. They were looking for Connors out in front was Shea, and puck ricochets away. Puck goes towards neutral ice, and the Grizzlies will sky it in. Shea chasing after it in the left corner. Getting there first was the Bronx, New York native John Gormley as the Thunder get out towards center ice, and dumping it in from center is Declan Smith, a native of Nova Scotia. 6 feet, 200 pounds is Smith, who has 2 goals in 20 games this season. Behind the net, Gansky whips it around the boards. It's cut off by Finnegan. Finnegan looks to center it. Puck goes towards the left circle. As Spencer Blackwell gets back checked, and he gets divorced from the puck. Timofeyev gets head towards Geneva, who crosses center ice, and he'll dump it into the right corner. As Ricketts delivers a blow on a Thunder skater. Geneva behind the net, feeds to the right side. Shot by Timofeyev, and that's sticked away by Kirby Proctor, and it flies out of play with 16:23. That's the time remaining here in the first period. So Utah will have an offensive zone draw. They've got a slight shot advantage here so far. Grizzlies have been a strong road club, and part of that's the fact that the Grizzlies have gotten off to quick starts. They've scored first in 10 of their 17 road games this season. So it draws over in the right circle. Jack Ricketts will take it. Geneva and Timofeyev talk to each other. Timofeyev's been outstanding as of late. He had 9 points in 10 games in December. Grizzlies won the draw. It goes up top to the left point. Weinstein fires towards the net, and it goes wide, stick side on Ross. As Blackwell delivers a hit on a Grizzly. As Wichita, wearing a mostly white jersey, gets it head towards center ice. Skying it in is Kyle Jeffers as the puck rolls along the roulette wheel. Robbie Stucker push it out towards center ice. It goes past Geneva and beyond all the way down for an icing with 16:03 left in the first. We mentioned the Grizzlies. They've been a high shot team. They've got 95 shots over the last 2 games. They're averaging 32.7 shots per game, which ranks 6th in the league. Jack Ricketts talking things over. On Wednesday, Ricketts came back after missing 6 straight games. He's been a strong rookie presence for the Grizzlies, and he continues to get better and better each game. He was playing outstanding hockey before he got injured a few weeks ago. They drop the puck, and the linesman says we'll do it over again. Elliot Growler is the referee. The linesmen are Joey Kramer and Duncan McGarrah. As Ricketts take the draw against Wichita captain Peter Bates, a native of Evanston, Illinois, 6'1", 190 pounds. He has 8 goals in 27 games this year. Draw one by the Grizzlies. They try to get out towards neutral ice, off of Wichita, stick back towards Ricketts. Ricketts will backhand it across towards Weinstein, and he'll slice it out towards center ice. A Thunder player goes down, and it looks like a penalty is going to be on Utah. As the puck ended up towards the Wichita bench, Tyler Jetty ended up flying as his stick and equipment kind of went all over the place. Jetty hit the ice and go into the box to step on Timofeyev, and so Wichita will get an early power play in the first period. Unfortunately, we don't see the referee signal as to what the penalty is, but it's a 4-minute power play for Wichita. So it must be a double minor for high sticking or something of that effect. So Timofeyev's in the box. It's a 4-minute penalty for Wichita. There's 15:49 left in the first. Thunder's power play is an even 18% this season. Grizzlies' penalty kill is 81.8%. Utah is 29 for 33 on the penalty kill over the last 10 games. Thunder win the draw. Nolan Neen feeds it towards the right corners. The Thunder get it back up top for Neen. He'll slide it to his left. See Thunder skate towards the left side, trying to center it to Krenkovic off of Bessie. Shot, save, rebound, shot, and a score. And Kyle Krenkovic gets a power play goal. It's his 12th of the year, and the Thunder take a 1-0 lead. The lights in Wichita go flickering on and off as Krenkovic got a centering pass, bounced it off of Dominic Bassi. As Krenkovic just kind of fired a changeup on Bassi, bounced off of him, then Krenkovic got the rebound and slid it past the goal line. So that does it for the first half of the double minor we imagined for high sticking. And so they put 2 minutes back on the clock and start the second portion of the double minor as Krenkovic gets his 12th of the year. This is the 3rd different Mountain Division team that Krenkovic has played on. He's also got experience in this league with Allen and Tulsa, and also played with Fort Wayne for a little bit. As they show it to Krenkovic, bounced off of Bassi, and then Krenkovic got it back and fired it past the goal line. Oddly enough, it looks like the referees are taking an extra look at it, not entirely sure why, as they're taking a good long look at it. That didn't look like there was a kicking motion or really anything there that would say it wouldn't be a goal. If the goal does count, Krenkovic will get it 4:11 into the first period with Mikhail Stenell and Nolan Neen getting the assists. So they're looking at it on video replay. I'm not sure there was anything there that would say it was not a goal. As the referee comes out and says it's a good goal, and based on the replay we saw, there was no reason to believe it wouldn't be. As it's 1-0 Wichita, 15:37 is left in the first. So now there's 2 minutes back on the power play clock for Wichita as they start their second portion of the double minor. We believe for high sticking, we didn't get to see the referee's signal, and we just saw Tyler Jetty just kind of flying at neutral ice, but sticking everything in the air as he hit the ice as he was near Timofeyev. Wichita gets the puck as they'll drop it back as the Thunder cross center ice. Krankovic moves to his right. Bates will feed it to his right for Jay Dickman. Back towards Bates in a give and go near the right corner. Bates rolls it around the boards. Now the Grizzlies get it, and they will lumber it all the way deep behind Wichita's net. As the puck goes towards the left corner, Grizzlies do have 4 shorthanded goals this season. Reed Lepster has 2 of them. Lepster's out there in the corner with Tyler Gratton. Gratton gets his stick lifted by Nolan Neem as the Thunder back in their own zone. Grizzlies will set up shop as they're going to build a full 4-man wall at their blue line. Krankovic gets around Felton and Gratton drops it back. Now the Thunder dump it in. Felton behind his net as Dominic Bassey looks over his right shoulder. Now he looks over his left shoulder. Felton holds up a Thunder skater as the puck goes back towards the right wing. Peter Bates gets it. He'll feed it to the near goal line for Dickman. Dickman back towards Bates, but the pass is behind him. Grizzlies get it off the far wing boards. They'll skate out to neutral ice, and dumping it in is Reed Lepster as the Grizzlies hit the reset button and get 4 fresh tires on their penalty kill. About 51 seconds left in Wichita's power play. It's 1-0 Thunder as the Grizzlies are looking to tie it up here as we played about 6 minutes of this first period. Thunder cross center ice. Finnegan will move it to his left. Now he's trying to get it back towards Finnegan, and it slides all the way back towards Bassey, who sticks it away. Puck in the right point. As Barr moves to the left circle, toe drag, lefty shot saved by Bassey. Getting the puck behind the net is Ryan Finnegan, who has 3 goals in 27 games. Now it's up top to Barr. Across towards the right side for Donovan Huell. Huell trying to get it towards Barr and Van Roboys. As Van Roboys collides with the glass, Barr gets it back towards the left wing. Now back up top for Barr. 12 seconds in the power play. Off the right wing boards towards Huell. Huell drops it back for Barr, is now on the right point. Barr dangles back and forth, gets towards Huell on the right circle. Huell dances around, does a half circle, and twirls in the right corner up top. Barr shot saved by Bassey as the rebound goes towards the right corner. As Timofeyev comes out of the box and he joins the play. Wichita left wing, lefty shot, glove saved by Bassey. As Wichita fired a low liner and Bassey makes a glove save about ankle high. Thunder lead 1-0 on a power play goal by Kyle Krankovic. 13:27 is the time remaining. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
So Drosky in the Grizzlies zone. Wichita leads Utah 1-0. There's 13:27 left in the first period. As Dominic Bassey makes his Grizzlies debut, he just signed earlier today. And he's a tall drink of water at 6'6" and 197 pounds. Kyle Krankovic scored a power play goal, 4-11 in. Grizzlies have outshot the Thunder 6-5. Utah wins the draws. Robbie Stucker will tap it off the glass. The puck will slide into the Thunder zone. As icing is waved off, Utah gets there first as Geneva gets tripped up behind the net. He battles with Gormley. Both guys are from New York. As Timofeyev, he gets his. The puck goes towards a corner. Now they tried to slide it out in front to a cutter, and the pass was overled for a Grizzly. And the puck will hip it up into the Grizzly zone. Noah Gansky will stride after it. As he'll slide it ahead, the Grizzlies will push it out towards center ice. Now they move it to their left. As Stucker gets the puck, and we apologize, we're not as descriptive. As Geneva left point, shot saved by Ross. Unfortunately, we're at the mercy of this one camera feed, which is a little bit wonky right now. As behind the net, Geneva will slide it towards Ricketts, who tries to locate it in the right corner as he collides with Nico Somerville. As Somerville holds up Ricketts. Now the puck towards the right circle as Timofeyev has it off his stick. Timo gets knocked down. Genev skates towards the right point. Now they get to the middle of the ice for Weinstein, who drops back for Genev. He fires a lefty shot that goes wide as Wichita tried to move it up, but it didn't go out. Now a Grizzly gets hit along the far wing boards. Wichita gets a neutralized, and they'll dump it into the Grizzly zone softly and slowly as the Grizzlies gather it. Sage Weinstein, one of 7 defensemen for John Mechanic's crew, falls down. It looked like he collided with the referee. As Utah gets it back towards Weinstein, he's in the near circle of the Grizzly zone. Utah skates from right to left. Up ahead looking for Timofeyev and Gratton. It might have redirected off the stick and neutralized. Thunder back deep in their own zone as Jay Dickman will nudge it ahead as Lepster will fire it back in as the puck will roulette around the wheel as puck goes to center ice. Hayden Hansen-Buchanan trying to get towards Gratton. Pass was incomplete, and icing is on Utah with 11:43 left in the first. So John's going to come back towards Dominic Massey, who was drafted in the 6th round by the Chicago Blackhawks back in 2019. Massey was a teammate at St. Lawrence University last year with Riley Connors. As Friesen will stare down Peter Bates. Friesen, the first-year pro who played in the WHL with the Wenatchee Wild. He led the Wild in goals and points last season. And over the last month, Grizzlies fans are finding out why. He's been outstanding. He's got a point in 7 straight games. He's got 9 points during that stretch. As the Grizzlies won the draw, and they will rainbow it deep into the Thunder zone. Icing is called on Utah as the Grizzlies try to get around a double team. But icing is on Utah as there's 11:36 left in the first. Grizzlies are one of the faster teams in the league, and I think we're seeing over the last few weeks the Grizzlies are being more willing to play out in open ice and utilize that speed. As Reed Lepster looking at the linesman that made that icing call, he couldn't believe it. Friesen will take the drives out there with Gratton and Lepster, and defensively, it's Colby Enns and Aiden Hansen-Buchanan. That's the party of 5 for Utah. Hansen-Buchanan sporting a mustache. He scored a game-winning assist on Wednesday as Maxime Barbashev scored the overtime game winner late in overtime. And in fact, it was 6:28 into OT. So if they were playing by NHL rules, game would have gone to a shootout after 5 minutes of overtime. But they extended the 2 extra minutes of overtime, meant that the game ended with the goal as opposed to ending in a shootout. Grizzlies won the draw as Hansen-Buchanan has it behind Massey's net. He'll move it to his left for Gratton, and Gratton will race out to center ice, gets around one Thunder skater. Now he gets around to second, skates towards the left goal line. Sharp-angled shot blocker saved by Ross. Wichita gets the rebound. Grizzlies retreat defensively. Peter Bates got the captaincy. He accelerates around. Friesen now moves to the left side. Jay Dickman skates in. Lefty shot. He gets twirled around by Luke Salem. And Grizzlies might have gotten away with one. It looked like Salem kind of pulled Dickman aside. No call on the play as Dickman was looking for a penalty. It's still 1-0 Wichita. Friesen towards the near corner. Now the puck hit the opposite of the slot where it's taken by Jack Barr. Barr will feed it to his left as the Thunder cross-country flight looking for Dickman. He lets it go. As action in the Grizzlies zone, icing waved off as the referee waves his arms horizontally as the Grizzlies will get it back towards center ice. Utah across the offensive line. Gansky gets held up along his left arm. Now on the right point, John Gillette dances towards the right circle. He'll take a lefty shot, and that one's blocked before it gets towards Ross. Gillette gets it towards Filion off his stick as Wichita gets the puck. As Mikhail Stenell will skate towards the left side. Now he feeds it from one circle to the other. It's picked off as Gillette will move it out towards center ice. It was overled for Timofeyev as the Thunder back in their own zone. As we're about halfway through the first, Wichita leads 1-0. Gormley crosses center ice. Will get to Huell on the right side. Huell will dance around, stop before he gets to the corner. He's being shadowed like a hawk by Christian Felton. Now Gillette takes the puck, crosses center ice, and he'll sky it deep into the Thunder zone. As Gillette will skate towards the bench at the end of his shift. Neil Shea's out there wearing an A on his sweater. As Shea and Gansky are wearing the A's, and Tyler Gratton's wearing the captain's C. As Wichita skates down Broadway, now Kirby Proctor will veer off to his left. Sharp-angled shot misses wide. As Shea, who's averaging 5 shots per game over the last month, will get it towards the far circle as the Grizzlies dance around. Stucker will feed it to his right. Barbashev gets it. He'll skate towards the right circle. Barbashev tried to backhand it out in front, but too many Wichita sticks in the way. Thunder 2-on-2, now 3-on-2. Thunder get it towards the right side. Righty shot. And that one misses wide stick side as they miss the net. As Kyle Jeffers had a pretty good look. As now back behind Utah's net. Grizzlies will slide one towards the near side for Shea. Shea, cross ice pass, goes towards Stucker. Stucker feeds it to the middle of the ice. Finnegan will brush it towards the Grizzlies bench. As Finnegan will knife it in as the Grizzlies get the puck. About 9 minutes left in the first period. Thunder lead 1-0. Wichita skates back in. Ardicia will dump it into the right corner as Blackwell collides with Hanson Bukata. Connors joins the play as the puck goes up top. Dancing around, got John Gormley. He'll take a righty shot. That one's blocked away by Bassey. Bassey's got red pads to go along with his black jersey, white numbers, professional green trim as the Grizzlies will bounce one out towards center ice looking for Genev. It's cut off by the Thunder. Now Wichita will skate in. Left side, righty shot. That one misses wide. Is cutting towards the net was Declan Smith. Smith will slide the puck along the far wing boards. And it looks like the Tulsa camera operators are now working for Wichita. As the Thunder dump it in, we apologize if this is an audio-only broadcast you're tuning in, as unfortunately from time to time we just can't see what's happening out there. Grizzlies will get across center ice left wing as Lepster bounces one towards Ricketts, who overskates it. Now Luke Salem wearing number 6. He gets nudged in the side by Smith as the Grizzlies back along the left wing. As dancing around Gratton, he overskates it, and Ardicia will pitch it out towards center ice. Now the Grizzlies get it back. As Gratton gets around one skater. Now he steps over the offensive line, skates down the middle, lefty shot, and it's a changeup as the bounce off of Wichita's stick on towards Ross. Now right wing, Lepster skates around Wichita's net. 7:45 on a moving clock, first period. Grizzlies are looking to get on the board. Salem, lefty shot. That one's blocked away. Friesen might have redirected it as he was out in front of Roddy Ross. The Thunder will clear it out to center ice. Grizzlies will stride to get the idle puck at the Utah line. As Salem moves to the far side. Now back to Salem, who didn't play on Wednesday. Salem is battling with the Thunder skater. Now lofted out to neutralize, gloved and dropped by Gratton. As Lepster steps over the offensive line, he'll push towards the right side. Righty shot, saved by Ross. As Robbie Stucker had a pretty good look from the right circle. And the former Columbus draft pick fired away, but Roddy Ross made the stop and he holds on. That stops play with 7:18 left in the first. Timeout on the ice. Grizzlies trail 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
7:18 left in the first period. Grizzlies trail 1-0. Utah's outshot Wichita 8-6. Reed Lepster has 2 shots, and 6 other Grizzlies have 1 shot, including Danny Genev, who came into play third among all-league skaters with 106 shots on goal. That ranks second among league rookies. John Gillette will take the drives out there with... Actually, Ricketts will take the draw. Gillette and Filion are the other 2 forwards, and up top is Christian Felton and Sage Weinstein. Draws over in the right circle. Grizzlies skate from right to left as we attempt to see the game on Flow Sports. Utah wins the draw. John Gillette, the first-year pro at a Holy Cross, gets towards Filion. Now back behind the net as Jack Ricketts tries to shield Dickman from the puck as the puck goes up top and the Thunder clear it out as it goes into the Grizzlies zone. Christian Felton's an outstanding skater. He gets there. Kyle Krinkovic was chasing after him, but Krinkovic, who's also a speedster, couldn't close the ground on Felton. 2 fast skaters on the ice as Krinkovic, who was actually part of the Utah Hockey Club's rookie camp back in the late summer of 2024. As Jack Barr towards the right point gets to the corner, dancing around Krankovic, he gets engulfed by Felton. As the Thunder back towards the left point, Gillette in the area. As the Thunder get a basketball screen from Dickman back towards the right side, up top towards Barr, one-timer, and that's blocked by Filion. Kirby Proctor in the right wing dancing around. And he'll slide one towards the right corner. Dickman gets to Bates. Bates down the middle of the ice. He gets tripped up, And the Thunder want a call as the puck goes towards Dickman. And a penalty is going to be called. Delayed penalty as the Thunder center. It's touched up by Filion. And the Thunder are going to get their second power play of the game, although it would be listed as their third power play. As going to the box, I believe it's Jack Ricketts going to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. And time up, and there's 6:16 left in the first. Time of penalty is 13:44. As Peter Bates skated down the middle, and Ricketts just kind of, I don't know if they'll call a trip or a hook or what, or a hold, but Peter Bates went down, and so it's going to be officially listed in the stat sheet as the third power play for the Thunder, as the double minor for, I believe, high sticking is considered to be two different penalties. So officially, Wichita's 1 for 2 on the power play tonight, and it's their third power play of the game. Wichita kind of down the middle of the pack, 18% of the power play coming into play tonight, which is about middle of the road. Looks like a good crowd at Intrust Bank Arena. Draw one by Wichita. Grizzlies trail 1-0 late in the first period. Puck back towards the far corner from around Utah's net as Neil Shea over there with Gansky. Gansky delivers some lumber on a Thunder skater. Connors joins the play as he's out there with Stucker. Now Connors will slide it, and he'll get it towards Gratton, who clears it all the way out. Ronnie Ross wearing number 31 behind his net, native of Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, 6'2", 190 pounds. The Thunder reset the attack as Wichita will cross center ice. Finnegan gets towards Huell, skates down Broadway, swings and misses as Gansky bouncing up a Thunder skater. Huell gets it up top towards Barr. Now right side, Finnegan's shot is blocked by Stucker as the Thunder back towards the right wing. Van Roboys, sharp angled shot. That one might have gotten a piece of Bassey. Puck back towards the right side as Lebster collides with a Thunder skater. Barr keeps it in the right point. Now across, slap shot, saved by Bassey. As Mikkel Stenell had a good look from the left side, and after the whistle, Lucas Van Roboys. Van Roboys seems to be the kind of guy that opposing teams like to go after the whistle. As Van Roboys looked like he pushed the linesman there, and then Van Roboys has some words. He starts laughing a little bit as Van Roboys was getting after it with a couple different Grizzlies. 5:18 left in the first period. A minute 3 left in Wichita's power play as Stenell had a slap shot from the left side. Stenell's been a good goal scorer for Wichita over the years. 5 goals in 21 games, although it seemed like in past years he was averaging close to half a goal per game. So faceoffs over in the left circle. Taking it is Friesen against Peter Bates. Evan Friesen, a point in 7 straight games. He's a +2 on the season, but he was a +6 in the month of December. Utah went 5-5 in December. Grizzlies won the draw, and they'll spin it along the near wing boards all the way deep into the Thunder zone. Nolan Neen will run it down and gets the idle puck behind Wichita's net. Neen will race out to new tries, cross the center red line. He'll nudge it back as the Thunder looking across center ice. Bates couldn't extend his stick, so Dickman will just fire it in from the right wing. As playing it behind the net is Bassey. Don makes his first name, making his Grizzlies debut. Thunder get it back towards the left wing. It's now Wichita in the left circle as Peter Bates dancing around. Less than 30 seconds left in the power play. Behind the net to give it Dickman. Behind his back, shot saved by Bassey. Everybody hacking away. Bassey covers up. Good job by the Grizzlies defensive unit to build a wall in front of the first-year pro as Dominic Bassey will hand the linesman the puck. Bassey played in one game 2 days ago in the SPHL with the Pensacola Ice Flyers. Earlier this year, he was on the roster of the Greensboro Gargoyles, but didn't appear in any games. Bassey, after his senior season at St. Lawrence last year, was on the roster of the Idaho Steelheads. In fact, Bassey signed with Idaho the same day that Christoph Filion began his pro career. They both signed with Idaho on the same day in March of 2025. Wichita wins the draw. Less than 20 seconds left in the power play. Grizzlies trail 1-0. Thunder dance around, gets to Dickman at the left goal line. Dickman gets knocked down behind Utah's net. Thunder back towards Krankovic, left wing. Lefty shot goes wide. Krankovic's already got one tonight. Now the Grizzlies will cross center ice. Coming out of the box is Jack Ricketts as Gratton will fire it towards the boards near the Wichita bench. Now the Thunder skate back in. Left side, Bates fires lefty shot saved by Bassey. Rebound goes towards Ricketts. Now backhanded up. It was kept in by Proctor. Now the puck is back to center ice. Proctor with the left wing feed as the Thunder skate back in. Wichita will bounce one toward the right corner. Loose puck. Krenkovic gets there before Felton. Felton delivers a hit on Krenkovic. The Grizzlies moving out towards center ice. Timofeyev will get it to the middle of the ice as Ricketts will skate around one Thunder skater, left wing, trying to get a shot off and missed as the Grizzlies get it back towards Genev. One-timer from the left circle misses wide as foot race towards the right corner. As Ricketts feeds it up top as he gets pinned to the boards by Gormley. Grizzlies skate towards the left point. Now stopping on a dime, Stucker. He skates now towards his right. Now Stucker's on the right point. He fires a righty shot that goes wide as Ross gets knocked down by a Grizzly. And now there's some real action in front of Wichita's net. Right point, Stucker slides it across to Genev. Toe drag, shot and a score! Danny Genev gets his 10th of the year, and we're tied at 1. Boy, that's Genev's signature move. Get the puck over in the left circle, kind of toe drag it and roof it. And he just found the perfect angle and just kind of a quick chip over the right shoulder of Ross as Nick Nardicia slams his stick on the ice. Genev gets the goal. The main assists go to Robbie Stucker. And how about Stucker? He's been an outstanding contributor to the Grizzlies as he now gets his 6 assists in a Utah uniform. And Stucker, he's been outstanding. He fed it from the right point all the way to the left circle, and Genev got it over Ross's right shoulder. So Danny Genev gets his 10th of the year. He becomes the second different Grizzly to get multiple goals, double-digit goals in the season. Genev already has 2 hat tricks on the year. Genev with the goal, Stucker, and Noah Gansky with the assists. Now the Thunder over in the left circle. As we're at a tie game, backhand shot that's saved by Bassey. That shot was taken by Lucas Van Roboys. Less than 3 minutes left in the first period. As Nils Shea try to get it past Beck. Now Van Roboys down the middle of the ice. Righty shot goes over the crossbar. Bassey does take up quite a bit of the net with his 6'6" frame. Although it does look like it's a little bit more of a basketball-style frame as he looks to be pretty lean. Now left side, lefty shot bounced off of Bassey's glove as the puck goes towards the right corner. As Huel collides with Hanson Bukata as Enns gets tripped up. That might be Utah's first power play. Huel fired towards the net as the whistle blew, and Colby Enns gets tripped up, and so Utah will be on the power play for the first time tonight. The brilliant Danny Genev gets his 10th of the year. He's the second Grizzly forward to have 10 or more goals on the season. Stucker and Gansky with the assists. Utah's on the power play when we come back because we're tied at 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
So we're tied at 1 with 2:29 left in the first period. Utah's on the power play. Grizzlies were 0 for 3 on Wednesday night. Wichita's got one of the best penalty kill units in the league at 86.4%. That ranks 5th best in the league. Ricketts will take the tries out there with Gratton, Shea, Hanson Bukata, and Lebster. That's a party of 5 for Utah's Shea. Over in the left wing dancing around. He's got 4 power play goals this season behind the net for Gratton. As Gratton gets towards Lebster on the right side, Lebster dangles back and forth. Now he backhands up top to Hanson Bukata, who slides to the left side for Shea. Shea will steer it off the near wing boards towards Hanson Bukata, who directs it to his right. Lebster skates towards the right circle. He feeds to the right goal line. Gratton lefty shot. He scores! The captain gets his 6th of the year, and Utah takes a 2-1 lead. As Tyler Gratton, who played at Penn State and Arizona State, got the puck on the right goal line, and he just roofed it right over the right shoulder of Roddy Ross. It was a different angle on the ice, but both of Utah's goals have been right over the right shoulder of Roddy Ross. So Genev, the Penn State product, made it a 1-1 game, and then on the power play, it's Tyler Gratton, the Penn State and Arizona State product. He gives Utah a 2-1 lead. And with that, Utah now has a power play goal in 17 of their last 23 games. So Grattan with the goal, Lebster and Hanson Bucata with the assist. That's Aiden Hanson Bucata's 8th power play assist of the year. And for Lebster, that is his 7th assist of the season. He's mostly done it with the goal scoring, but Lebster gets the main assist on the Grattan power play goal. Grizzlies dumping in, less than 2 minutes left in the first period as the puck goes back towards center ice. Now towards the left wing, Gillette will fire it in as it ricochets off the Thunder stick, and that was Gormley. Villion trying to get around Gormley to chase after the puck. Wichita spins around towards the right wing. Now Utah's got good team speed, gets hit in the back. Utah looks to center it, shot, and that one's sticked away by Ross. Boy, but the Grizzlies were able to get that centering pass out in front towards Friesen, who had a good look. Friesen back towards the left corner for Gillette, who gets held up by Gormley. Now Friesen gets knocked down by Gormley. Friesen back to his feet. Actually, it was Gillette who got knocked down by Gormley. Puck back to center ice. As Blackwell will dump it in, chase after it. Felton gets there before Blackwell, about 2 strides ahead of him. As Weinstein crosses center ice, no plop one in as the Grizzlies make a line change around him. About 1 minute is left in the first period, and Utah leads 2-1. As the 2 Penn State products, Genev and Grattan with the goals. Jason Malls, the Wichita broadcaster, he's a Penn State fan as Barbashev slashes a Thunder skater. Centering pass, that one's blocked away by Ross as Connors had a pretty good look on a feed from Barbashev out in front of the crease. Puck to center ice, Barbashev, he'll fly it in as Ross lets it go. Jack Barr plays it behind Wichita's net. About 35 seconds left in the first period. We need to get this camera operator a tripod as Wichita crosses center ice. Bates gets hit by Barbashev. Bates gets it back. He tried to bounce one towards Barr, and it slides to the near circle. As overskating the puck is Salem. And now we get a whistle. Arm is raised by the referee. Slashing is going to be the call, and who's it going to be on? Is it a Grizzly penalty? It looked like once Krenkovic played it, they stopped play. It looks like it's Kyle Krenkovic going to the box, and the Grizzlies will be on the power play for the second time tonight. As Kyle Krenkovic will shake his head back and forth. He leads Wichita with 12 goals this season, but he's going to go to the box for 2 minutes. There's 21.7 seconds left in the first period. And so if the Grizzlies don't score here late in the first, the power play will carry over to the start of the second. Jack Ricketts will take the drives out there with Shea and Grattan, as well as Lebster and Hanson Bucata. That's the 5-man unit that scored the power play goal a couple minutes ago. Utah wins the draw. Lebster gets to Hanson Bucata. He'll feed it to Shea, who's got 4 power play goals this season. Shea dancing around, gets to Ricketts. Now behind the net for Grattan. Grattan feeds to the right side for Lebster, but it goes past him and out to neutral ice. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-1 Utah lead after 1 period. Ahead to Ricketts off his stick. Thunder will fire towards Dominic Bassey, who kicks it towards the right corner. And that will do it for 20 glorious minutes of hockey. Wichita probably got the better of Utah in the first half of the first period. Once the Grizzlies got past the penalty kill department in the first period, the power play went to work. Danny Genev tied it up, and then Tyler Grattan with a power play goal late in the first period. And Utah comes away after 20 minutes with a lead. Both clubs are at exactly a 500 record. Wichita is 11, 11, 3, and 2, and the Grizzlies are 13, 13, and 2. And it's a little bit of politicking as Thunder skater Nolan Neen is having a conversation with the referee. Now the 2 big guys, Jay Dickman and Noah Gansky, are just hanging out with the referee. Dickman doing some politicking, and Gansky just trying to even things up and make sure Wichita isn't going on with the filibuster for too long. As both teams eventually will cease and desist and head to the locker room. Good final 5 minutes for the Grizzlies. They get goals from Genev and Tyler Grattan. And when we come back, we'll have first intermission coverage and talk about the first 20 minutes and also go over some other scores from around the world of sports. It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Thunder 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
After 2 periods over at Intrust Bank Arena, the Grizzlies have a 2-1 lead. Thunder took a 1-0 lead as Kyle Krenkovic got a power play goal. Stepan Timofeyev got a high-sticking double minor, 4:11 in, or at least that's what they say the time of penalty was, even though the time of goal was 4:11 that Krenkovic scored. So clearly that didn't happen at the same time, but Krenkovic scored his 12th of the year, Stenell, and Nolan Neen with the assists. Wichita is 1 for 3 on the power play. It looked like they actually gave the tripping minor to the goaltender, Dominic Bassi, even though it looked like Jack Ricketts was representing Bassi in the penalty box, according to the ECHL box score. They say that Bassi picked up the penalty, the new goaltender for the Grizzlies making his Utah League debut. And that was 13:44 into the first. Grizzlies killed off that penalty as Wichita's 1 for 3 on the power play. And then the Grizzlies got a 5-on-5 goal as Robbie Stucker got the puck in the right point, slid one across to Genev. And once Danny Genev got it in the left circle, he was very patient with his approach. And he just read Ross like a book. And obviously everybody at Penn State can read pretty well. And Genev was over in the left circle and just kind of snapped it over the right shoulder of Ross. Wasn't a wrist shot, wasn't a one-timer, wasn't much, it was just kind of a quick snapshot that went over Roddy Ross's right shoulder as Genev becomes Utah's second different forward to score 10 or more goals. He gets his 10th of the year. Robbie Stucker with his 10th assist of the campaign, and Noah Gansky also gets an assist. He now has a 5 on the year. Then later on in the first period, Utah got a power play as Kyle Krenkovic got a slashing minor, and the Grizzlies capitalized early in the power play as Reed Lepster had the puck in the right point, got it to the right goal line for Gratton, and then Gratton just had plenty of room and plenty of time. He was just able to get himself in a good shooting position and fire it over Ross's right shoulder. That was 17:54 into the first period. So both of Utah's goals were scored over the right shoulder of Roddy Ross. Lepster picked up his 7th assist of the year. Lepster's mostly done it with goal scoring, but he gets the main assist. And Aiden Hansen-Buchanan with his 14th assist, which leads all Utah defensemen. And that is his 8th power play assist of the year. Both teams had 11 shots in the first period. For Utah, Danny Genev led the way with 3 shots. Reed Lepster had 2, and a bunch of other Grizzlies with 1 shot. For Wichita, Mikhail Stenell led the way with 3 shots. Peter Bates, Kyle Krenkovic, and Jack Barr each had 2 shots, and a handful of other Thunder skaters with 1 shot. Special teams has already made a difference in this game. Utah is 1 for 2 on the power play, and Wichita is 1 for 3. Dominic Bassi's making his Grizzlies debut in net. He's a big goaltender at 6'6" and 197 pounds. It's his ECHL debut. He played in the SBHL 2 days ago for the Pensacola Ice Flyers, where he stopped 32 of 33 in a victory against the Macon club. And so Bassi signed with the Grizzlies earlier today as goaltender Kyle Kaiser was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles. And Bassi in the first period, he saved 10 of 11. For Roddy Ross, he stopped 9 of 11 in the first period. It's a very busy night across the four-letter league. Unfortunately, the Winter Classic is going on right now, and I'm not entirely sure why the Winter Classic didn't take place yesterday. I know they had the college football playoffs, but it's certainly disappointing that one of my favorite events every year, we're going to have to watch at some point while the Grizzlies don't have a game. Unfortunately, just about everybody in the league is playing tonight, and would have been nice if the Winter Classic were played yesterday during New Year's Day when just about everybody had the day off. But nevertheless, Winter Classic should be fun. We'll go over the score of that game a little bit later on. We'll also go over some scores across the four-letter league and maybe some college football scores as well. Grizzlies with an outstanding finish to the first period. And that Zamboni's moving pretty quickly. As they showed on Flow Sports, that Zamboni's going faster than a NASCAR. I didn't see Kyle Petty in 20 years in NASCAR move quicker than that Zamboni did flying across the ice. That can't be the official Zamboni. That's got to be a fan bony or whatever they call it. We got a train bony at Maverick Center. We'll see in a couple weeks from now, presented by UTA. We'll go over some scores on the other side. After one period, Utah leads Wichita 2-1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
After one period, Utah leads 2-1. Other action in the league. One game has gone final. Adirondack defeats Maine 4-1. No former Grizzlies in the scoring sheet there. After two periods, South Carolina leads Greensboro 2-1. That game after two periods, South Carolina is 18-11-1. Oddly enough, though, South Carolina has never faced the Utah Grizzlies. After two periods, Indy leads Bloomington 3-0. That game played in Fishers, Indiana, hometown of Mike Folta. We're hanging out at the Grizz Cave, the Professional Green Studios, hometown of Adrian Denny here in the Salt Lake Valley. After one period, Savannah and Trois-Rivières are tied at 1. After two periods, they got a wild one over at Bon Secure's Wellness Arena. Keith Mastrodonato has a goal for Greenville, but Atlanta has goals from 6 different players, and Guy Krenz and Jared Youngman's Atlanta Gladiators lead Greenville 6-4. Atlanta is 19-6 on the year. Greenville is a 500 club with a record of 11-11-4. After two periods, Reading and Norfolk are tied at 1. Now, also after two periods, Wheeling has a 2-1 lead over Worcester. Halfway through the second period, Orlando and Florida are tied at 1. Former Grizzly goaltender Will Cranley is in net for Florida. He has saved 12 of 13 so far. Cranley was with the Grizzlies during the 2023-24 season. Toledo leads Cincinnati 4-0. Brandon Hawkins, former league MVP, has one of the Toledo goals. After one period, Kansas City leads Fort Wayne 1-0 as Jack Randall scored a minute 5 into the contest. Also after one period, Iowa leads Tulsa 2-0. Getting underway in about 20 minutes from now, Rapid City is at Idaho and at Tahoe Blue Event Center. Getting underway at 8 o'clock, Allen is at Tahoe. Remember, the Grizzlies will be at Tahoe Blue Event Center for a 3-game series next week. That's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week, January 9th, 10th, and 11th in a baseball-style 3-game set. Friday and Saturday of next week will be 8 o'clock starts, and Sunday, January 11th, will be at 4 p.m. So that's the action across the four-letter league. When we come back in 30 seconds, we'll go over some NHL scores as well as some college football action as Utah leads Wichita 2-1 as the Grizz got goals from a couple Penn State products, Danny Genev and Tyler Gratton. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Handful of games across the National Hockey League. There's only one going on right now, and it's the Winter Classic. There's 5 minutes left in the first period, and there's no score. Panthers have outshot the Rangers 6-3, and I very, very much hope and wish that I've got the game recorded at home so I can watch it a little bit later on. I can't, probably not tonight and probably not tomorrow. Maybe I'll get around to it on Monday to watch the Winter Classic. That's going to be a fun one. Panthers have outshot the Rangers 6-3. The game is played at Lone Depot Stadium, which is where the Miami Marlins played. It is an indoor facility, and it's tough to simulate winter over in Miami, Florida, but I'm sure they're having a good time. Getting underway at 8:30, the Kraken are at the Canucks, and also at 8:30, the Wild take on the Ducks to rematch of the 2003 Western Conference Finals. One final across the National Hockey League. Blues get a 4-3 victory over the Golden Knights as Braden Shen scored the game winner 18:27 into the third. There was a lot of fun college football action yesterday as there were 3 different games. The Orange Bowl saw Oregon defeat Texas Tech. In fact, Texas Tech got shut out. In the Rose Bowl, how about Indiana? They defeat Alabama 38-3. And there was a fun one in the Sugar Bowl as Ole Miss defeated Georgia in the college football semifinals next week. It will be Indiana and Oregon. Winner will go to the championship game. And in the other semifinal, it's going to be Ole Miss and Miami. 4 college football games in the Armed Forces Bowl. Texas State defeats Rice 41-10. In the Liberty Bowl, Navy defeated Cincinnati 35-13. After one quarter, in the Holiday Bowl, SMU leads Arizona 14-0. And Wake Forest has a 15-6 lead over Mississippi State, and that is the Mayo Bowl. That's one of those things that every coach wants to avoid playing in because the winning team of the Mayo Bowl, they get the honor of dumping the head coach with a bucket full of mayo. So I'm pretty sure neither team is I'm sure the players are looking forward to seeing their head coach getting dumped with mayo. That's where I was hoping before the season that North Carolina would find their way to get in the Mayo Bowl and win it, because I think it'd be hilarious to see Bill Belichick get dumped with a bunch of mayo on top of his head. But North Carolina didn't win enough games to get to a bowl game, so I guess we'll have to wait till next season for UNC to get to the Mayo Bowl. Over at Intrust Bank Arena, Utah leads 2-1. Remember, the Grizzlies will be on the power play for the first minute and 39 seconds of the second period. And one of the things that really stood out on Wednesday night, especially in the overtime session, was the Grizzlies. They've got a pretty deep forward lineup. Right now, they've got 11 forwards in the lineup. Unfortunately, Luke Manning and Rylan Kovacevic are out of the lineup. But among the 13 forwards, the Grizzlies do have a ton of talent, and you really see that on display during Grizzlies power plays, where you've got Reed Webster, who statistically was the Grizzlies' best player during the 2025 calendar year. And I know it's a little bit awkward to talk about calendar years, and it was certainly awkward on Wednesday considering it was the second half of last season and the first half of this year. But Webster statistically was Utah's best player in 2025. He appeared in 71 games for the Grizzlies in 2025. Interestingly enough, the Grizzlies played 72 games in 2025, which, obviously in this league, they play a 72-game schedule. Grizzlies ended up 2025 with a record of 30, 35, 5, and 2. Webster appeared in all but one game. He appeared in 71 of these 72 games. Webster led the Grizzlies with 27 goals. He also led them with 28 assists, so he had 55 points in the 2025 calendar year. He also led Utah with 194 shots on goal. Neil Shea was second in many categories, including assists with 26. He had 178 shots, and he was third, and he actually was fourth in 2025 with 14 goals. Luke Manning and Keaton Mastrodonato each had 15 goals during the 2025 calendar year, and Mastrodonato scored one tonight for Greenville as they're taking on the Atlanta Gladiators. And Derek Dashke last season was named first-team All-League. He had 13 goals and 20 assists for the Grizzlies in the second half of the 2024-25 season. And Dashke is currently a member of the Kalamazoo Wings. Who had the best plus-minus for the Grizzlies in 2025 is Cole Gallant. It was a plus 11 for the Grizzlies before he was traded in March of 2025 for Griffin Ness. Ness, a couple weeks ago, was traded from the Grizzlies to the Kalamazoo Wings to complete the Luke Salem trade. Jake Barczewski led Utah with 15 victories in net in the 2025 calendar year. Well, both teams are on the ice, and when we come back in 1 minute, we'll have second period action. You've been listening to the first intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Are about set for second period action. Remember, Utah will be on the power play for the first minute and 39 seconds of the second as Kyle Krankovic is in the box serving a slashing minor. The 5 on the ice, if it's the same 5 that was on the power play to end the first period, it would be Aiden Hansen-Bukata with Neil Shea, Jack Ricketts, Tyler Gratton, and Reed Webster. We do ask for a little bit of patience if you're tuned into YouTube for the audio broadcast, as we are at the mercy of this one camera feed. Grizzlies will skate from left to right as we see it from Flow Sports. Your mind's eye, see it on YouTube. It does appear to be the same 5 that we're anticipating on the ice to start the power play. Wichita will start out the second with Lucas Van Roboys taking the face-off. You see Kirby Proctor out there, Jack Barr, and one other Thunder skater. We can't see the number on it. As Ricketts will take the drop as he stares down Van Roboys at center ice. As we're hanging out at the Professional Green Studios just outside the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. Utah wins the draw, and we're underway for second period action as Utah leads 2-1. Dancing down the middle of the ice, dangling back and forth is Hansen-Bukata. He'll drop it off for Shea across the center ice. Shea left wing, as he'll get towards Gratton, back towards Shea, who skates around Wichita's net. Shea chips it towards Gratton or make that Ricketts over in the right corner, and the Thunder throw it up but not out as Hansen-Bukata kept it in. As Webster moves it across, as Gratton gets towards Hansen-Bukata, across towards Webster just outside the right circle. Webster drops it back for Hansen-Bukata. He fires lefty shot, saved by Ross. Everybody hacking away. Puck still alive. Right goal line. Ricketts gets it. Jack Ricketts, 8 goals this season over to Gratton up top to AHB. Now he slides it back towards Ricketts. Ricketts steers it back up top for Hansen-Bukata, who backhands it across towards Shea. Shea dancing around with Huell nearby. As he'll feed it towards Webster, gets lumbered in the back by Van Roboys. Ricketts skates over to join the play. 3-on-3 scrum along the far corner. As now it slides towards Gratton, but he lets it go as Gratton boxes out a Thunder skater. Ricketts with the puck as he gets hit in the back by Huell. And Kirby Proctor clears it all the way towards Dominic Bassey, making his Grizzlies debut wearing number 35. Bassey drops it off as Grizzlies switch up skaters. Hansen-Bukata will left wing out towards Timofeyev as Hansen-Bukata is replaced by Christian Felton. As Riley Connors dances around to the right side. And so he'll get to the corner. Timofeyev back up top to Janea, but it goes past him out to center ice. Janea had 1 goal on 3 shots in the first period. He skates down Broadway. Now trying to veer towards the left as he gets it chipped away by Gormley. Both players are from New York, as Janea's from Brooklyn and Gormley's from the Bronx. As Gormley now gets the puck, coming out of the box is Krankovic. Now the Grizzlies down the middle of the ice. Janea lefty shot, and that one's blocked. Krankovic gets the puck. He'll fire it off the far wing boards. Now into the Grizzlies zone. Thunder trying to drop it for Krankovic. He got boxed out by Stucker. As the Grizzlies will get it ahead towards Riley Connors. Connors was a teammate with the new goaltender Bassey at St. Lawrence last year. Now the Thunder cross center ice as they'll tap it towards their left. Dancing around is Jeffers. He'll move it across. Right side. as the Thunder centering pass shot and a score. And it's Kyle Krenkovic getting his second of the night. Yes, he got a centering pass from Tyler Jetty. Jetty was over in the right circle, found a cutting Krenkovic, and we're now tied at 2 with 17:46 left in the second. All right, Jetty kind of a backhand feed towards Krenkovic, and Krenkovic, which is kind of the theme of the night, fired it over the right shoulder of Dominic Bassey. Both of Utah's goals on that same net. Obviously, it was defended by Wichita in the first period, as Krenkovic just kind of shoveled it past the right shoulder of Dominic Bassey. So we're tied at 2, draws at center ice. Wichita wins it. Tyler Jetty gets it. Jetty will get the main assist. It'll be his first point of the season. And the other assist will go to Kyle Jeffers, who gets his 4th assist on Krenkovic's 2nd of the night and 13th of the year. Grizzlies skied into Wichita ice as Nico Somerville gets it across. Grizzlies challenge Wichita. Now turnover down the middle of the ice. Shot with a shot. He scores! John Gillette gets his 4th of the year, and the Grizzlies take a 3-2 lead. Fillion's probably going to get an assist, which would be his 1st of the year, as the Grizzlies, and we've seen this in past weeks, their forwards have been great at challenging Wichita or any team they play, just kind of challenging them in their own zone. Grizzlies forwards challenge Wichita. They turn the puck over. Fillion got it down the middle of the ice for Gillette, and I think it was roofed right over the right shoulder of Roddy Ross. So the Grizzlies have found that if they can go stick side on Ross, they can have success. First period goals by Genev and Grattan, and a second period goal from the Holy Cross product, John Gillette. As Utah retakes the lead, it's Utah 3 and Kyle Krenkovic 2. As Grizzlies out at neutral ice, Friesen gets spun around. Grizzlies at center ice will chip it in. Does Reed Webster. Chasing after it's Friesen and Tyler Grattan. As Wichita out towards center ice, and they'll squib one in. Puck slides towards the left corner, ricocheting off the wall as Christian Felton gets hit. 2-on-2 scrum. Now Donovan Huell trying to backhand it towards Bassey, and it's sticked away. Now the puck slides towards the crease, and Bassey covers up as Lepster and Weinstein build a wall in front of Mikkel Stenell. 16:55 left in the second period, and draws going to be in the Grizzlies zone as Bassey and linesman Duncan McGarrah the puck. So a lot of action here tonight. Grizzlies won 4-3 in overtime on Wednesday. And we've already seen 5 goals in the Grizzlies offense. What an explosion they've had over the last half month. Utah came into play with 24 goals over their last 5 games. Utah has won 4 of their last 5, where they've outscored opponents 24-18. Right now, they've listed John Gillette's goal as unassisted. He gets his 4th of the year. Couldn't tell if Fillion got a piece of it before getting it towards Gillette. Fillion might get added an assist, but nevertheless, it's 3-2 Utah. As Grizzlies dance around, as they take the puck away from Wichita, crossing center ice, is Evan Friesen. Steps over the offensive line. He gets tripped up. Friesen still looking for a point tonight. He's got a 7-game point streak. Left wing, lefty shot. Saved by Ross as he snatched it in front of the crease. And after the whistle, Van Roboys. Van Roboys once again. Every time we've seen some action after the whistle, it's been Van Roboys. It's been in the middle of it, and I think Tyler Grattan's going to pick up a penalty as a result. Grattan having some words for Van Roboys. And then Tyler Grattan, he delivered a right, and then Van Roboys acted out as if he were hit by Mike Tyson. So Grattan's going to go to the box. Grattan delivered a right cross, and Van Roboys really acted it out, kind of, snapping his head back as if he were hit by prime Mike Tyson. Boy, Tyler Grattan might have a career after hockey. He gets a 2-minute roughing minor. So Wichita goes back on the power play with 16:28 left in the second. They should show that replay over and over again. Van Roboys, he'd make a good WWE wrestler. He really sold it. Boom. And then Van Roboys just snapped his head back as if he were really hit. Looked like Grattan almost, sort of got him, but not really. Nevertheless, John's going to be over in the left circle. We're trying to have some fun because we don't have fun. We're going to have a rough time here with this remote feed as the Grizzlies won the draw. Stucker dumps it in as it's the Thunder's 4th power play of the game. They're 1 for 3 tonight. Utah leads 3-2 as the Thunder back towards neutral ice. Now they cross center as Wichita will bounce it off a Peter Bates stick, and he'll chase after. He gets there about the same time as Stucker. It's a puck towards the left wing as Stenell will feed it to the middle of the ice off a Thunder stick towards the right wing. Wichita does a good job working the puck around on the power play Out to the right wing. Now across towards Stenell. They'll feed it back towards the right circle. Lefty shot, and that's blocked. Puck goes up top, and it's kept in by Nolan Neen. Peter Bates gets it to Krenkovic, who's on hat trick watch. He's got 2 goals tonight. Slides it towards Bates. Puck ricochets off a couple sticks, and the Grizzlies get it, and they clear it out off the near wing boards. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the second period as Nolan Neen gets the puck off the end boards, and he'll skate around Wichita's net. Now Neen will negotiate his way around a Grizzly. Now he stops over the right point as he steps over the offensive blue. And so he'll whip it around towards Stenell. Stenell trying to reverse it, fanned on it. Krenkovic gets behind the net for Dickman. He gets hit by Christian Felton. Dickman's in with Wichita for a long, long time. As the puck slides back towards the right side, Neen gets it. And Neen will get it back behind the net. Now Wichita will kick it off the left wing boards as Dickman battles with Felton. Dickman gets up top to Krenkovic. Hot pass, Stenell down the middle. He takes a lefty shot that goes high and wide. As Dickman back towards Stenell, he's in the left wing. Stenell dangling back and forth. Now he feeds it to Neen. Back towards Stenell, who's in the right point. Make that Donovan Huell. As Barr over towards Stenell. Stenell back to Barr. He's in the high slot. 20 seconds left in Wichita's power play. Will get to Huell on the right side. Shot, and that one's blocked away by Bassey. Puck goes up but not out. As Wichita sauces one towards Stenell. His shot's blocked. Now Krenkovic shot saved by Bassey. And the Utah goaltender dives in the crease to cover up. As Krenkovic had a pretty good look for a hat trick there along the right circle. As he was denied, actually, it might have been the left circle. He was denied by Bassey. 8 seconds left in Wichita's power play. 14:36 is left in the second as Utah leads 3-2 on first period goals from Danny Genev and Tyler Gratton, and a second period goal from John Gillette. So face-offs over in the left circle. Draw one by Wichita. Jack Barr gets it. He had a goal on Wednesday. Fires a righty shot. That one goes wide as he tried to fire it over the right shoulder of Bassey. Coming out of the box is Tyler Gratton as he delivered a prime Mike Tyson right cross on Van Roboys. Now Van Roboys left wing shot saved by Bassey. Grizzlies clear it out. It goes deep into the Thunder zone. And no icing on the play as Gratton delivers a big-time hit on Kirby Proctor. Proctor goes 6'3", 207. As the captain's had an outstanding game. Tyler Gratton, one of his best of the year. As Wichita out to center ice off the end stick. As Gratton will get it ahead. Boy, Tyler Gratton's playing like a man possessed here tonight. As he's looking to start 2022 on the winning note. Van Roboys and Gratton collide over in the left point. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. Dancing around is Evan Freese. He's being shielded by Proctor as now Freese, and he gets some lumber in the back as Genev's out in the ice. Puck goes up top. As Robbie Stucker gets, he dances back and forth. He got his pocket picked. As Donovan Huell gets the puck 3-on-1. Thunder get it towards the right side and glances off a Thunder stick. As Jake Wallen couldn't handle the puck. Wallen wearing number 83 out of Minnesota, White Bear Lake in particular. As Genev over to Ricketts, back to Ricketts from Genev. Shot saved by Ross. Now towards the left wing, Genev off this stick. Thunder will move it out to center ice where it's cut off by Stucker near the Grizzlies bench. As Stucker trying to negotiate his way around a Thunder skater. Now starting past the Timofeyev over to Genev. Shot and a score! Timo to Genev to the back of the net. That's Danny's second of the game, and Utah takes a 4-2 lead. Boy, what passing by the Grizzlies. Ricketts to Timofeyev. Down the middle of the ice toward Genev. Tic-tac-toe, and Utah's up by 2 again. Boy, what passing by the Grizzlies. Timofeyev's been an assist machine for Utah as of late. Ricketts will get his 9th assist of the year. And how about Danny Genev? He's on hat trick watch once again. Already 2 goals tonight. Twice this season he's scored hat tricks. And Danny Genev gets Utah's goal 6:58 into the second. So 2 goals in the first, 2 in the second for Utah. Genev with the goal from Ricketts, and they say it looked like originally they had said Timofeyev, but it's actually it looks like they've given it to Freese. It looks like it's Timofeyev with an assist. Grizzlies will sky it out towards center ice as Lepster try to get towards Gillette. Now the Thunder throw it back deep in the Grizzlies zone, and icing is called. And after the whistle, Spencer Blackwell decides to push Christian Felton a couple times. And now it looks like a couple Grizzlies out to confront Spencer Blackwell. Now Blackwell pushes Weinstein. Looks like Blackwell woke up on the wrong side of the bed. 4-2 Utah, 12:43 is left in the second. So Grizzlies, well, we talk about the offensive explosion that they've had over the last 5 games, and Utah's done an outstanding job in just kind of utilizing their speed and their playmaking ability. We talk about how deep the Grizzlies are in terms of forwards, and they're putting it on display here tonight. Grizzlies are playing some outstanding hockey. Grizzlies over in the left point. They fire towards the net. It goes wide as Lepsa gets pushed towards the boards by number 34, John Gormley, who's been active defensively for Wichita tonight. The Thunder moving out towards center ice, taking it in the left wing. Stomping on a dime is Jeffers before he gets hit by Gillette. Now Jeffers delivers a right cross on Gillette. Thunder right side. They'll bounce one in. Now bounced off of Bassey, off of Grizzly. Bassey covers up in the crease, and after the whistle, Spencer Blackwell, well, it looks like he just wants to get ultra physical at a Grizzly. Once again, we talked about him being in a bad mood, and once again went after a couple Grizzlies after the whistle. 12:18 left in the second period. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Thunder 2. Danny Genev with 2 goals for Utah tonight. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
12 minutes, 18 seconds left in the second period. Utah leads 4-2. They've got 2 goals in the first and 2 in the second. Danny Genev. It looks like they've got some things wrong with the box score. As Kyle Krankovic scored early in the first period, then Danny Genev and Tyler Gratton scored late first period goals. Krankovic scored his 12th of the year to make it a 3-2 game. That was 2:12 in. Then John Gillette scored unassisted off a Wichita turnover, and then Danny Genev, 6:58 in, got a second of the game and 11th of the year as the assists went to Stepan Timofeyev and Jack Ricketts. So draws game in the Grizzlies zone. Dominic Bassey's making his Grizzlies debut, the former 6th-round pick by Chicago in 2019, and he's played a solid game keeping the Grizzlies in it. Draws over to the right circle, and it's won by Utah. Earlier today, goaltender Kyle Kaiser was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles, and Dylan Wells is still with the Tucson Roadrunners. Connors, right side, shot and a score! Riley Connors gets his second of the year. He fired over Rodney Ross's right shoulder, and it's now a 5-2 game. Over the right shoulder, that seems to be the move of the night. Once again, the Grizzlies fired over Rodney Ross's right shoulder. And how about Riley Connors? Had 2 goals and 2 assists and 12 shots and a +5 rating in his last 2 games. And Connors gets Utah on the board. And with that, Rodney Ross will ice up his right shoulder. And it looks like he's headed off as Wichita's got a goaltender change. Tyreek Outen is going to be the new goaltender for Wichita. It will be his Thunder debut as Outen, with bright blue pads, he will be in net as Rodney Ross, and at least 3, maybe more of Utah's goals were scored over the right shoulder of Rodney Ross. It's Utah 5, Wichita 2. Connors unassisted. That's what it's listed right now, as Connors gets his 4th as a Grizzly, his 4th goal in 8 games. He had 2 goals in 9 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. And Tyreek Outen is going to make his Thunder debut. He is 6'4" and 192 pounds. As the Thunder cross center ice, Grizzlies skate from right to left. As Peter Bates jumps off, Krankovic shot and a score. And the hats come flying onto the Intrust Bank Arena ice as Kyle Krankovic gets the hat trick. And the Thunder cut into the Utah lead. It's now a 5-3 game. Or maybe it was Peter Bates. Looked like Krankovic was the one that scored, but it might be Bates. It's 5-3. It looked like Krankovic was celebrating. He is on a line with Bates, but Bates appeared to skate to the bench first. It is Krankovic, as for some reason they spotlighted Bates on the Flow Sports feed. It does look like it's Kyle Krankovic, and that's his third of the game. So Kyle Krankovic has all 3 of Wichita's goals. And with that, it looks like a modest amount of hats are thrown on the ice. And what a crazy game we've had here so far. Danny Geneva's got 2 goals for the Grizzlies. Utah also has goals from Tyler Gratton, John Gillette, and Riley Connors. And Kyle Krankovic has all 3 of the Wichita goals. As a few hats are thrown on the ice, they're putting him in the Wichita bench. So a slight delay as they pick up the hats as Kyle Krankovic gets his third of the game. We had mentioned Krankovic was actually in rookie camp with the Utah Hockey Club in the summer of 2024, prior to the Utah Hockey Club's first season of the NHL. As he was in that organization, spent most of last year with the Allen Americans, was traded to the Fort Wayne Comets late last season. As puck towards center ice, as Wichita back in their own zone, Grizzlies challenging Wichita. That's one of the things the Grizzlies have done an amazing job over the last 3 weeks, is really play kind of that hockey version of a full court press where the forwards really challenge the defensemen of the opposition to make quick decisions with the puck. Grizzlies at neutral ice will fire it on towards Alton, who makes his first save as a Thunder skater. Now Wichita skates in. Down the middle of the ice, backhand shot, saved by Bassey. Now Bassey will keep moving as the Thunder had a breakaway, and that was Mikkel Stenell had a pretty good look. Now Huell, right side, shot, and that one's saved by Bassey as the Thunder trying to put the pressure on the Grizzlies. It's 5-3, 9 minutes into the second period. Stenell back towards left wing. He gets rammed into by Enns. Colby Enns will slide it towards the near side. Now Lepster gets cut off by Huell. Huell feeds to the right side. Righty shot saved by Bassey, and he holds on. That shot was taken by Lucas Van Roboys, who's been all over the place here tonight. 10:54 is left in the second. It's Grizzlies 5, Thunder 3. Krankovic's goal, 8:05 into the second period, was assisted by Peter Bates. And it did become a little bit confusing after the Krankovic goals. The camera operator spotlighted Bates, even though Bates wasn't the one that scored. As faceoff's going to be over in the right circle of the Grizzlies zone. We certainly have a lot to talk about during the second intermission, as already Grizzlies with 3 goals and the Thunder with 2. Jack Ricketts will crouch down and take the draw against Ryan Finnegan. Grizzlies win the faceoff. They throw it up but not out as the Thunder get it back deep in the Grizzlies zone. As Weinstein spins along the near side. As Timofeyev off his stick. Now getting it is Spencer Blackwell. Right side, his shot misses wide. As the Thunder back behind the net, dancing around is Ryan Finnegan, number 17. As he'll drop it for Proctor. Proctor skates towards the corner. Shot bring a shot. Glove saved by Bassey. And after the whistle, Spencer Blackwell and Sage Weinstein battle in front of the crease. So Thunder, after it was a 5-2 game, decided to really put the pressure on. It almost looked like Ross getting pulled for Alton. It might have inspired the Thunder a little bit. Both teams have taken 17 shots as Roddy Ross ended the night for Wichita, saving 11 of 16. Dominic Bassey in his Grizzlies debut so far has saved 17 of 20, as now Wichita's outshot Utah 20-17. Thunder back towards the left goal line as they spin around, centering pass. It's blocked away by Bassey. Now backhand shot saved by Bassey. Thunder hacking away. There's about 8 bodies in the crease, and Bassey is covered up, and the Thunder are really going after a Grizzly. As Weinstein's in the area, make that Stucker. Stucker and Gansky is, Wichita really forced the issue in front of the crease. There are about 8 bodies there, but Bassey had it covered up. 10:18 left in the second period. Stucker laughing with Declan Smith. Actually, Stucker was laughing. I'm not sure Declan Smith was laughing. As Stucker, oh no, he's skating towards the penalty box. So it looks like Stucker's going to pick up a penalty. So Stucker will go in 2 minutes. He must have gotten a little bit little bit excited there after the whistle. Well, looks well, they show Stucker going to the box, but they don't show the Wichita player going into the box. So they're skating 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, according to the score bug on the left side of the screen. They didn't want to show the Wichita player going to the box, but they definitely wanted to spotlight Robbie Stucker every step along the way towards the penalty box. As there's the Wichita player, it's Nick Nardicia in the box for the Thunders. We're skating 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. There's 10:18 left in the second as we're about through the halfway point of this 60-minute affair. And what a crazy one it's been so far. Grizzlies have scored 1 goal in a 4-on-4 situation. They haven't allowed one in this situation as of yet this year. As Christian Felton back deep in his own zone as he spins around Peter Bates. Now Felton to the middle of the ice. Now skate north-south. He fakes it to Connors. Felton dangling with the puck back and forth. He's in the near side. Gets it across to Weinstein. Weinstein outlets it to the Utah line. As Riley Connors crosses center ice, gets around one skater. Now he steps over the offensive line. Left wing, swung and missed. And the puck ended up in the left corner. Bates might have gotten a piece of it. As now Wichita's Nolan Neen gets it. Neen dangling back and forth. He gets it towards Peter Bates. As Shea challenges Bates. Puck ricochets off the far wing boards. As it's in the Wichita zone. Delayed offside, so Wichita plays it. Shea comes off for a change. Thunder off of the offensive line. They get it towards Stenell. He's down the middle of the ice, challenged by Gratton. Now Stenell back and forth as he's got the blue line near his ankles. Back to the right side. Now they drop it off for Stenell. Lefty shot kick saved by Bassey. Rebound towards the near wing boards as Weinstein gets there before a Thunder skater and feeds it behind Utah's net. 55 seconds left in a 4-on-4 situation. Grizz lead 5-3. About 9 minutes left in the second period. As Felton stops behind Bassey, now he accelerates and feeds the puck towards his right for Lebster. Lebster trying to chip it to his left for Gratton off of Wichita's stick. Now Gratton gets it, skates down the middle of the ice. As Somerville takes it away from him, Gratton gives Somerville a rough ride along the far corner as Wichita dancing back and forth. Both teams patient with their approach. Krankovic already at 3 goals tonight. Left wings it out to Dickman. Dickman skates around Utah's net as he's being shadowed by Enns. Dickman falls down as he tried to reverse his field. And the Grizzlies will move it out towards center ice where Wichita gets it back. 8:33 on a moving clock, second period. Grizzlies lead 5-3 in a game that's seen so much action here early on. 2 goals for Danny Genev. Gratton, Connors, and Gillette have also found the back of the net for Utah. Kyle Krankovic is all 3 of Wichita's goals. Krankovic falls down as he was stopping in the right point. Now we're skating 5-on-5 as Stucker's out of the box for Utah. Nardicia for Wichita. Grizzlies cross center ice, striding along the right wing is Ricketts. He overskates the puck as taking it is Lucas Van Roboys, who just recently got sent to Wichita from the AHL San Jose Barracuda. As back towards the right side as Gansky delivers a push on Van Roboys. Gansky getting very physical with Van Roboys. Van Roboys hits the ice. The puck slides from one corner to the other. Left corner, the Thunder have it as they're in the offensive zone. As Ricketts holds his ground, spinning around Van Roboys. Huel moves to the right side. Lefty shot kick saved by Bassey. Rebound goes towards Barbashev. Maxim Barbashev, a +5 in his last 5 games. He'll plop one to neutral ice as Ricketts gets a good shoulder check from Tyler Jetty. 7:30 left in the second. The Thunder will bounce it into the near corner of their offensive zone as Barbashev trying to get towards Ricketts. It was overled for him, but it was ricocheted at center ice, so no icing as the Thunder race along the left wing out towards center ice. And Blackwell loses the puck as Weinstein will curl it back towards Felton. Felton chasing after the puck, gets it at neutral ice, and on one knee, Felton's able to sweep it towards the far wing boards. Boy, Felton couldn't do much with that puck, but he did a great job keeping his balance and somehow able to move the puck around. Blackwell towards the left corner as he chases after it. Blackwell will get it back towards Kirby Proctor. Proctor with a lefty shot, and it flies off of Frieson's stick and plops behind Utah's net. As Timofeyev pushes down a Thunder skater, and the puck goes back to neutral ice. Proctor back in his own end. He'll tattoo it off the near wing boards. Now it goes towards Timofeyev. He'll slide it towards Janea, back towards Timofeyev in the give and go, but Timo couldn't quite handle the pass as he was nearby with Nolan Neen. Puck towards the right side as Timofeyev collides with a Thunder skater, and Wichita will globe it into the Grizzlies zone. Utah fires it towards their bench and at the Wichita line. Thunder move it back to the Utah line as Colby Enns now gets the puck for Utah. He'll feed it to the middle of the ice. Tape to tape towards Gillette. John Gillette backhands one out in front, and it's saved by Outen. Now Riley Connors left side tried to center it towards Timofeyev, but it went past him. Thunder out towards center ice. Left wing feed. Connects towards Wallen. Wallen skates in. Lefty shot. Saved by Bassey. Rebound shot goes just wide on the second look. As Colby Hens did a good job defensively, holding on towards Declan Smith. Puck back towards the far circle. And now Colby Hens gets his stick lifted, but he keeps control of the puck. And he'll roll it along the boards towards the near side. Jetty off his stick. Now the Thunder, Declan Smith, will bounce one off the right wing boards. Gillette gets a loose puck. He'll fire it up and out to neutral ice. As looks like a hand pass is called. 5:34 is left in the second. Grizzlies lead 5-3. Timeout on the ice. We've had a wild one here so far. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Grizzlies lead the Thunder 5-3. Wichita's outshot Utah 21-17. Danny Geneviev's on hat trick watch. He's got 2 goals and a +1 rating. He's taken 4 shots for Utah. Kyle Krankovic already has a hat trick as he has all 3 of the Wichita goals. Draw's going to be over in the right circle. 5:34 is left in the second. As Barbashev wins the faceoff, he's been outstanding for the Grizzlies. 2 multiple-point games in his last 4 contests. Barbashev race across the middle of the ice, but the Grizzlies are offside. As Barbashev came down the middle of the ice, but the Grizzlies were a little bit too anxious to enter the offensive zone. But right there, the Grizzlies, once again, utilizing their quickness and team speed. And Utah is one of the fastest teams in the league, and over the last handful of games, they've done a great job in open ice of utilizing their speed. Riley Connors will take the drives out there with Shea and Barbashev. Neutral zone draw near dot. Wichita territories. The draw won by Utah. Barbashev tries to force his way around Krankovic, but the puck goes back to Wichita. The Thunder move a right wing pass to neutral ice. The Thunder will sky it in, but it looked like Barr kind of fanned on it a little bit and then got it back, but then the Thunder were offside. 5:16 left in the second. Draw's going to be at neutral ice near the Wichita bench. Now it looks like the faceoff's going to come back towards Wichita territory. I think we knew coming into the season that Riley Connors had a good chance of making the Colorado club, and he did make the Colorado Eagles out of camp, but he could be a strong top-line center, which obviously every team's looking for in this league. As Connors out there with Shea and Barbashev. Defensively, it's Robbie Stucker and Noah Gansky. Well, Stucker and Gansky have 1 assist tonight. Draw one by Utah as it bounces like a basketball to Stucker. Stucker will feed it back towards Barbashev, who fires lefty shot, saved by Outen, and he holds on. 5:09 left in the second as Tyreek Outen hands the puck towards the linesman. So Grizzlies will keep the same 3 forwards on the ice, Shea, Connors, and Barbashev. Talking about Tyreek Outen, just signed with the Thunder recently. Played at Long Island University, and that's the color of the pads that he's wearing, kind of that light blue. That's the same school that Garrett Metcalf, the former Grizzly, played at. In fact, I think Metcalf was an assistant coach at Long Island last season and worked with Tyreek Outen, if I remember right. Native of Tampa, Florida, 25 years old is Outen. So draws over in the left circle. And it's won by Utah. Sage Weinstein with the puck gets towards Barbashev. One-timer, and that goes wide as Outen was sprawling towards his right. As the Grizzlies had good traffic out in front of him. As Wichita moves it out towards center ice. Grizzlies get it back at their blue line. Utah skates from left to right here in the second period. As Weinstein steers it across towards Shea, who taps it to Felton down the middle of the ice. Felton will bounce one towards Shea. Shea right side trying to feed Felton out in front. And it's sticked away by the Thunder. Wichita bounces one to center ice, and the Thunder will guide it towards their right As Van Roboy skates in, shot. Dickman and Van Roboy started to celebrate as they scored a goal, but the Grizzlies come back the other way. As Utah 2-on-2, Shea races down the left goal line. I tried to chip one out in front, but it was overled for a Grizzly. That might have been Timofeyev. Colby Enns will steer one towards his right. Now the Thunder backing out towards Enns as AHB gets the puck dangling back and forth. Rink wide feed angle left. That one goes tape to tape for Gratton. Gratton gets hit in the back and gets divorced from the puck as Wichita out towards center ice. Stenell 2-on-1. Skates towards left circle. Now the Grizzlies get back in their own zone. Up top towards Somerville. He's in the high slot. Lefty shot. That one's blocked away. Now right wing shot. Saved by Bassey. He holds on with 3:52 left in the second. Well, good offensive hockey on both clubs. Both teams using the transition game, utilizing their speed. The passes have been crisp tonight. Time out on the ice. Utah leads 5-3. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck.
It's Utah 5, Wichita 3, and what's been a very entertaining game. If you joined us late, Wichita got on the board first as Kyle Krenkovic scored a power play goal, 4:22 in. Grizzlies got 2 goals late in the first period. Danny Junaev with his 10th of the year, 16:42 in, and then Utah on a power play goal, 17:54, and it was Tyler Gratton from the right wing. Utah led 2-1 after one period. Krenkovic got a second of the game to tie it up, 2:14 into the second period. And then John Gillette, 20 seconds later, scored on a Wichita turnover. It was unassisted, as Gillette now has 4 goals on the season. Danny Junaev extended Utah's lead to 4-2. He scored 6:58 in. Timofeyev and Ricketts with the assists. Riley Connor scored unassisted. As Grizzlies now in the offensive zone. Wichita will race out towards center ice. Connor 7:52 in. And then Kyle Krenkovic completed the hat trick with Peter Bates getting the assist. Right side shot, glove saved by Bassey. And there's one of the big stories tonight is Dominic Bassey's making his Grizzlies and league debut. He did appear in one game in the SPHL 2 days ago for Pensacola. He got a victory stopping 32 of 33 against Macon. As Bassey's hung in there tough. He's a tall goaltender at 6'6" and 197 pounds. He has stopped 23 of 26. He played with 3 different colleges, spent 2 years at Colorado College from 2020 through 2022. He was a teammate at Colorado College with former Grizzlies Brian Yoon and Connor Mayer. He did miss the combination of Trey Bradley and Nick Olchek at Colorado College by a couple years. Right point shot as the stick goes twirling towards the middle of the ice. Wichita has it in the left wing, and the Thunder feed it back towards the right circle. Righty shot, and that one's blocked away. Blackwell once again getting physical with Ricketts, and play stops with 3:19 left in the second. So it's going to be a draw in the Grizzlies zone. 3:19 left in the second. Bassey played 2 years at St. Cloud State from 2022 through 2024 and won 23 games in 2 years. And last year played in 10 games at St. Lawrence University, where he was a teammate with Riley Connors. So draw's going to be in the right circle. John Gillette will take the draw. He's got 1 goal tonight, and that was unassisted. 2:34 into the second period. Gillette has 4 goals and 5 assists on the season. First year pro at a Holy Cross. Ryan Finnegan takes the draw for Wichita. Thunder with a San Jose Sharks and San Jose Barracuda logo on each of the shoulders. I think the Barracuda logo is on the right shoulder and the Sharks logo is on the left shoulder. That's their affiliates. Grizzlies affiliated with the Colorado Avalanche and Colorado Eagles. But the Grizzlies do have 3 players that have AHL contracts with Tucson, and Tucson's NHL affiliate is the Utah Mammoth. Puck towards the left wing, about 3 minutes left in the second period. as the Thunder get some lumber from Hanson Bukata. Puck slides towards Bassey, who will fire it off his end boards behind him as the Thunder move it up top. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Grizzlies with 2 goals in the first, 3 in the second. As Wichita dancing around left wing, crossing center ice. Can't quite tell who that is. That's actually Kirby Proctor, number 3. Unfortunately, with this remote feed, we are missing some details from time to time. Proctor left point. He'll bounce one into the left corner as the puck ricocheted towards Bassey. Ends cuts off a Thunder skater. Now Jetty will get it back towards Blackwell, who drops it back for Jetty, who skates towards the left circle. Lefty shot kicks off the skate of Declan Smith. Blackwell to the right side, trying to drop it for Nardicia. And now to the right side, Thunder feed it back towards traffic with Ends battling with the Thunder skater. As Wichita gets to the middle of the ice, down the middle, Wallen will take a lefty shot, and it goes wide as he missed the net glove side on Bassey. It's a puck towards the right side, Basse, the Grizzlies goaltender's last name. First name spelled Dominic. As the Grizzlies ice the puck. Arm is raised by the linesman, kind of a casual raise of the right arm for the linesman as icing is called with 1:56 left in the second. So Draw is going to come back towards Dominic Bassey. Both the Grizzlies and Thunder are 500 clubs so far this season. Utah is 13-2 on the year. Wichita is 11-3-2. And in every Wichita Thunder game, you're expecting a close one. Utah won a 1-goal game, 4-3 in overtime on Wednesday. 17 of the 27 games the Thunder have played have been decided by 1 goal. Grizzlies have had 1-goal games in about a third of their contests. As the Grizzlies ice the puck again, a little bit more of an enthusiastic raise of the right arm for Duncan McGarrett this time, as there's 1:48 left in the second period, and the draw is going to come back towards Dominic Bassey. You mentioned the Thunder. It's their 28th game this season, 17 of 27 decided by 1 goal. For the Grizzlies, 9 of their 28 games have been decided by 1 goal. So just about a third of Utah's games, and the Grizzlies are 4-3-2 in 1-goal games this season. So draws over in the far circle, 1:48 left in the second. Second of a 3-game set. These teams will meet tomorrow night. It's going to be a 5 o'clock Mountain Time Zone start over in Wichita. As the Thunder bounce it in, Declan Smith in particular, as Colby Ends zips it around the boards. Utah lets it go towards neutral ice. Now chasing after, it's Gratton. As arm is raised by Duncan McGarrett. It's not an icing kind of raise, but there's 1:36 left in the second. It does look like icing is called on Utah, even though it looked like McGarrett, though, the linesman raised his right arm, but is also motioning with the left as well. I think the Grizzlies were trying to fit in a line change. Kyle Krinkovic, they spotlight him on the screen. He's got the Sharks logo on his left shoulder and the Barracuda logo on his right. And Krinkovic has all 3 of Wichita's goals tonight. Krinkovic's not very big, listed at 5'7" and 180 pounds. Grizzlies tapping off the glass. It ricochets off a Thunder glove. The puck went back towards neutral ice. It looks like a hand pass is called on Wichita with 1:30 left in the second. So this game's come to a screeching halt with many whistles. It's been one of the longer second periods that we've seen. So Draw's going to be at neutral ice near dot. Connors will take the drives out there with Shea and Barbashev. And to talk about the standouts for the Grizzlies, we'd have to spend about the entire period talking about the great performances that the Grizzlies have had recently. First game in January, Utah went 5-5 in December as Wichita gets the puck, and they'll slice it deep in the Grizzlies zone. Icing is waved off. Peter Bates hit the ice as if he were tripped up. As the Grizzlies, Gansky will bounce it off the face of Krinkovic. Gansky gets it back. Gansky's about a foot taller than Krinkovic. As the Grizzlies ricochet the puck, Krinkovic, and icing is called on Utah. Gansky and Krinkovic were teammates late last season with the Fort Wayne Comets. So Draw's going to come back towards Dominic Bassey as the Grizzlies have iced the puck at least 4 times in the last couple minutes. So Shea, Connors, and Barbashev talk things over. You can't underestimate the performances of the Grizzlies defensemen. And how about Robbie Stucker? He's got 1 assist tonight. Stucker now has 7 points in his last 6 games, with this being the 6th game. He's a +3 in his last 5 games. He's turned out to be a great addition. He was a solid defenseman for the Grizzlies in the second half of the 2023-24 campaign, but it looks like he's an even better player right now. He had a good year-plus run with the Reading Royals. Stucker was acquired in a trade a few weeks ago for Ty Voigt. As linesman drops the puck, but he says we'll do it over again. Connor's taking the face-off against Kyle Jeffers. 1:06 are left in the second period. Gansky's got an assist tonight. A lot of his contributions, though, are the types of contributions you don't see in the stat sheet. He's just a good, solid defenseman. Grizzlies win the draw. They'll fire it off the near wing boards. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Neil Shea dumps it in as he did so from Wichita territory. Connors collides with a Thunder skater. Now out towards center ice. Mikhail Stenell gets around Felton, steps over the offensive line. Puck towards the middle of the ice. Kick by Barbashev to the corner. Barbashev, he gets knocked down by Van Roboys as Barbashev got spun around. Hopefully he's okay. So he's still on the ice. Looks like he gets back to his feet. Thunder back towards the left corner as Huell dancing back and forth. Now Huell reverses field to the near side over to Stenell. Lefty shot. That one's blocked away by Bassey. 30 seconds left in the period. Grizzlies bat it towards the right circle. Van Roboys gets it. Van Roboys curls one towards the net, and it's sticked away by Bassey. As Somerville up top. Stenell shot, and that's blocked. Racing after the loose puck is Christian Felton. He gets the loose puck. 1-on-2. Skates to the middle of the ice. Over skates. Now he gets it back. Felton tried to center it towards Shea, and that's sticked away by a Thunder skater, but an outstanding effort by Christian Felton. Now Felton gets it back. He gets the right side. He'll take a lefty shot, and it goes wide. Actually, it was a righty shot from the right side. He missed the net stick side, and that will do it for 40 minutes over at Intrust Bank Arena. As Lepster had a good look from the right circle, and that was because of the great effort by Christian Felton. Both teams will skate towards the locker room. Neil Shea's got his hands on his knees and sticks on his knees as he had an extended shift at the end of the second period. And Utah leads 5-3. Danny Genev's got 2 goals. Utah also has goals from Tyler Gratton, John Gillette, and Riley Connors. All 3 of Wichita's goals have been scored by Kyle Krinkovic. And Dominic Bassey's hung in there strong in his Grizzlies debut as he has saved 24 of 27. Jay Dickman for the second straight intermissions doing some politicking, talking with referee Elliot Grauer. The Grizzlies are just kind of hanging around as Dickman continues with his filibuster. And now Dickman's had enough with his words with Grauer, and he'll skate towards the locker room. Utah 5, Wichita 3, and this has been an entertaining game so far. We'll come back and recap the first 40 minutes and also go over some scores from around the league. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
After 2 periods, Utah leads 5-3 as the Grizzlies have 2 goals in the first and 3 in the second. Interestingly enough, Wichita outshot Utah 15-8 in the second period, and the Thunder have a 27-19 edge in the shot count. The Grizzlies have made it count. 5 goals on 19 shots. Wichita got on the board first. It was the first half of a double minor for high sticking as Kyle Krenkovic found the back of the net 42 seconds in, or 4:22 in. It was actually 11 seconds into that first half of the double minor as Krenkovic got his 12th of the year. Stenell and Nolan Neen with the assists. And then Wichita couldn't capitalize in the second half of the double minor. Wichita also had a power play later on in the first period after Dominic Bassi, the goaltender of all people, got a tripping minor 13:44, and that I think was served by Jack Ricketts. But then the Grizzlies got on the board 16:42 into the first as Danny Genev got his 10th of the year as he scored from the left wing on a cross-ice pass from Robbie Stucker. Stucker and Gansky with the assists. And then Utah got on a power play as Lucas Van Roboy's got a tripping minor 17:31 in, and 23 seconds into the power play, Webster was in the right point, got it to the goal line for Gratton. Gratton was all alone, and he just found himself a good shooting angle, and he fired it over the right shoulder of Roddy Ross. Most of Utah's goals against Ross came over Ross's right shoulder, stick side. Gratton got his 6th of the year. Webster with his 7th assist of the season, and Aiden Hansen-Mukata with his 8th power play assist and 14th overall, and that gave Utah a 2-1 lead. Early in the second period, Wichita tied it up as Kyle Krenkovic got his 2nd of the game and 13th of the year, 2:14 in, with Tyler Jetty and Kyle Jeffers getting the assists. 20 seconds later, John Gillette scored unassisted, 2:34 in. We think Christoph Filion might have gotten a piece of it towards Gillette, and really it was a direct response to something we've seen the Grizzlies do quite a bit during this road trip, where we've seen the Grizzlies kind of pick up almost, it's almost like you're playing a 200-foot game where, the Grizzlies forwards are challenging Wichita's defensemen. They're really making the opposition work to get the puck to neutral ice. In basketball, you call it a full court press. In hockey, they probably got a term for it, but it's worked for the Grizzlies, and they played some great hockey as a result of just the forwards really being pressuring and challenging the opposition in their own zone. And that directly led to Gillette getting the puck, and he converted on the Wichita turnover, 2:34 into the second. And even if Filion doesn't officially get a point, he certainly deserves a lot of credit, as it was Gillette and Filion directly challenging Wichita and making them, making them a factor and leading to the Gillette goal. So that made it a 3-2 game when Gillette scored 2:34 in. Later on in the second period, Danny Genev scored 6:58 in with Stepan Timofeyev and Jack Ricketts. It was Genev's 2nd of the game, as it was just kind of a snapshot from the left side. It might have been a toe drag. Can't write. So many goals, hard to remember these particulars, but Timofeyev and Ricketts with the assist. That was a tic-tac-toe goal, as the Grizzlies really did a good job working the puck around. They got it to Genev down the middle of the ice, and he fired it past Roddy Ross. And then Riley Connors made it a 5-2 game. He scored 7:52 in. Right now it's listed as unassisted. Neil Shea believes he should get an assist on it, so we'll see if Shea gets an assist later on the Ricketts goal. Right now it's listed as unassisted, 7:52 in. And with that, Roddy Ross was pulled. He saved 11 of 16 and replaced by Tyreek Outen. Outen stopped all 3 shots he saw later in the latter portion of the second period. A little bit of a local connection with Outen, not necessarily with him directly, but he played at Long Island University last year, and that just happened to be where Garrett Metcalf, the Salt Lake City native and former Grizzly goaltender, was an assistant coach. And Garrett Metcalf worked directly with Tyreek Outen, and Outen ended up having a pretty productive year, in part due to the coaching that he got from Garrett Metcalf. And so Outen has spent the last 10 minutes and 52 seconds in net for Wichita, and he stopped all 3 shots he saw. Kyle Krenkovic completed the hat trick, 8:05 into the second period, with Peter Bates getting the assist. And nobody scored in the final 11 minutes, 55 seconds of the second period. As play started to calm down a little bit, Utah leads 5-3. Grizzlies have been a pretty strong club when leading after 2 periods this season. The Grizzlies are 1 for 2 on the power play. Wichita is 1 for 4. When leading after 2 periods this season, Grizzlies have a record of 8-0-1. Utah has been a pretty successful road club this year, and part of it's been the fact that they've gotten off to leads in the first period and second period of games on the road. Utah 8 times this season has led after 2 periods on the road, and tonight is the 9th time that Utah has had a lead after 2 periods on the road. In terms of shots, Danny Genev leads the way with 4. Aiden Handsome-Yukata has 3 shots. Handful of other Grizzlies with 2 shots, including Riley Connors, who has 1 goal and 2 shots. Same with John Gillette. Reed Lebster and Tyler Gratton also has 1 goal on 2 shots. One of the big stories, obviously, Dominic Bassey making his Grizzlies debut. He has saved 24 of 27 so far. So a lot of action in the first 40 minutes, and the Grizzlies have a 2-goal lead. When we come back, we will go over some scores from around the league as well as some NHL scores. The Winter Classic is happening right now. We'll give you an update on that Panthers-Rangers game. After 2 periods, Utah leads 5-3. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Utah leads 5-3 after 2 periods. Other action across the league, many games have gone final. Adirondack defeated Maine 4-1. That game is played this afternoon. South Carolina gets a 3-1 victory over Greensboro. Indy shuts out Bloomington 5-0. Petgrave had 2 goals for the Fuel. Savannah defeats Trois Rivières 2-1. Guy Krenza's Atlanta Gladiators get 2 goals from Alex Young. They defeat Keaton Mastrodonato and the Swamp Rabbits 7-4. Mastrodonato with a second period goal for Greenville. In overtime, Reading and Norfolk are currently tied at 3. Wheeling gets a 3-2 victory over the Worcester Railers. Piatella had 2 goals for the Nailers. Late third period, Florida leads Orlando 3-1. Former Grizzly goaltender Will Cranley is in net for the Swamp Rabbits, and he has saved 20 of 21. Former Grizzly Taryn Pfizer is a +1 and has 3 shots for Florida here this evening. 8 minutes left in the third period. Swamp Rabbits lead the Orlando Solar Bears 3-1. Toledo gets a 4-0 victory over Cincinnati. Former league MVP Brandon Hawkins had one of the Toledo goals. Kansas City leads Fort Wayne 2-1. Jack Randall and Lyndon McCallum have the Kansas City goals. Reese has found the back of the net for Fort Wayne. Just getting underway in the third period, Iowa leads Tulsa 2-1. Colson Petrie had the Tulsa goal. That game is starting out in the third period. Iowa is 8-17-2 on the year. Tulsa is 9-18. After 1 period, Idaho leads Rapid City 1-0 as Liam Malmquist scored 14-20 in. And just getting underway in a few minutes, Allen is at Tahoe. Remember, the Grizzlies will be at Tahoe Blue Event Center next week. January 9th and 10th will be 8 o'clock starts, and Sunday, January 11th, will be at 4 o'clock. It's the second of a 3-game set over at Intrust Bank Arena. Utah got a 4-3 overtime victory on Wednesday, and Utah's leading 5-3 after 2 periods tonight. Don't forget, these same teams will meet tomorrow night. It's going to be an hour earlier start. It's going to start at 5 o'clock, which was the same start time that they had on Wednesday. That's 5 o'clock in the Mountain Time Zone. Pregame coverage at 4:50. 4 games in the National Hockey League tonight. The St. Louis Blues got a 4-3 victory over Vegas as the game winner was scored by Braden Shen. And that was late in the third period as he picked up his 9th goal of the year, 18:27 in. St. Louis defeated Vegas 4-3. In the Winter Classic, the Rangers have 3 goals in the second period. They lead the Panthers 3-0. Mika Zibanejad has 2 of the 3 goals, and Arturi Panarin has the other Rangers tally. So New York's best players have been their best players so far. Late second period in the Winter Classic played in Miami at Lone Depot Park. Rangers lead the Panthers 3-0. Getting underway in about a half hour from now, the Kraken are at the Canucks, and the Wild are at the Anaheim Ducks. 4 games in college football this evening. None of them are particularly huge. None of them are playoff games. Although I will say that there is no bigger bowl game than the Duke's Mayo Bowl, as the winning coach will get doused with mayo. And at the half of the Mayo Bowl, Wake Forest leads Mississippi State 15-9. That game is at the half. Wake Forest is 8-4 on the year. Mississippi State is 5-7. At halftime of the Holiday Bowl, SMU leads Arizona 24-0. In the Armed Forces Bowl earlier today, Texas State defeated Rice 41-10. And in the Liberty Bowl, Navy defeated Cincinnati 35-13. So that's some of the action across the world of sports. Grizzlies have really put the pressure on Wichita, and we had kind of mentioned the forwards kind of playing that 200-foot style and really challenging opposing defenses, and the Grizzlies have had a ton of success on that in this road trip. With the Grizzlies losing their 2 home games last week to the players' strike, this turns into a 9-game road trip. The next 3 weeks, not counting this week, but the next 3 weeks, the Grizzlies will have baseball-style 3-game and 3-day series. And with that, Utah's going to have to utilize their depth a little bit. And the Grizzlies are rolling out 11 forwards tonight, as Luke Manning's out for the 4th straight game. And Rylan Kovacevic is also out. He's been out since the middle of November. But the Grizzlies have gotten good contributions from just about everybody in the lineup. Utah does have about 9 or 10 rookies on the roster right now, and all those rookies have gotten better as the season's progressed. And the Grizzlies have been a fun hockey team to watch. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. And as I mentioned, they're going to be a tough team to beat. If they continue to get the play from the forwards like they have, and Utah does have a very dependable group of defensemen. And if they can get some solid goaltending, tonight it's Dominic Bassey. He's the 5th different goaltender to appear in a game for Utah this season. Kyle Kaiser earlier today, if you joined us late, was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles. And Dylan Wells is currently up in the AHL with the Tucson Roadrunners. So Bassey was signed earlier today. He signed an ECHL contract, and he has saved 24 of 27, as Bassey is a former 6th-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks back in 2019. Well, looks like third period action will begin in about 2.5 minutes. We'll come back in 1 minute and have third period action, as we'll skate 5-on-5 to start the third period as Utah leads Wichita 5-3. You've been tuned into the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
It's the Grizzlies 5 and the Thunder 3. Second of a 3-game set. It's the 4th meeting this season between the Grizzlies and Thunder. All of those meetings taking place at Intrust Bank Arena. Tomorrow night will be a 5 o'clock start. That will be the 5th meeting between these clubs this season. The Thunder will visit Maverick Center once later on this season, and it's going to be the next to last weekend of the regular year as Wichita's in for a 3-game set at Maverick Center on April 1st third and fourth. Tyreek Alton is stretching out in the Wichita net. Grizzlies will skate from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Alton last year played with Long Island University, where he worked with former Grizzly goaltender Garrett Metcalf, who was an assistant over at LIU. And Dominic Bassey stretching out near the Grizzlies net as Wichita skates from left to right. Bassey in his Grizzlies debut has saved 24 of 27. To start the third period, I'm not sure he's going to be out there for the first shift of the third period, but the Thunder will have Spencer Blackwell out there with Ryan Finnegan and Kyle Jeffers. Grizzlies will start the third with the forward line of Neil Shea, Riley Connors, and Maxime Barbashev. That trio of forwards led to Utah's fifth goal, which came in the second period. That was right now listed as unassisted by Riley Connors, but they could add an assist to Neil Shea later on. The defensive pairing to start the third period is Colby Enns and Aiden Hansen-Bukata. 20 minutes are on the scoreboard clock at Intrust Bank Arena. As Connors crouches down, takes a draw against Finnegan. Draw won by the Grizzlies. We're underway here in the third as Hansen-Bukata gets to the middle of the ice. And it's driven in by Riley Connors. Shea chasing after along with Barbashev. Barbashev gets in the right wing up top towards Hansen-Bukata. Lefty shot that goes wide. Might have gotten redirected by a Wichita stick. Big time hit delivered by Connors on a Thunder skater. As Hansen-Bukata will steer it towards the Grizzlies bench. Utah moves it ahead. It looks like Utah makes their first line change, getting a fresh set of forwards. It's a very, very quick shift. 2-goal game. Spencer Blackwell, right side shot, and that one goes wide. Bassey might have gotten a stick in the way. As Gansky will fire it towards his end boards. Stucker ahead towards Timofeyev, who lets it go. Timo with one assist tonight. As Ricketts and Genev chase after the puck. Genev on hat trick watch once again. He's got 2 goals tonight and 11 on the season. Genev already has 2 hat tricks on the year. As the Thunder bounce one out towards center ice, Genev gets the puck. As he dances around, he'll drop it back for Timofeyev. And Timo with a left wing feed to no one in particular as he just ricocheted on off the boards as Wichita snaps one ahead. And it goes past Peter Bates. It's towards the near corner. Weinstein moves ahead towards Genev. Genev will steer it back towards Timofeyev. Just kind of guided the puck towards center ice. Timofeyev couldn't reach it. As the Thunder back in their own zone. Wichita with the north-south pass off of Bates. As Bassey will feed it towards the near corner as the Thunder dance around. They try to get it out in front towards Krenkovic, who went past him. As Bates drops it for Krenkovic. Actually, Bates faked it towards Krenkovic. Now he tried to bounce it towards him. It's taken away by Ricketts. Gillette crosses center ice, strides along the left wing, and he dumps it in. Grizzlies change around him as Wichita plays keep away with Gillette. And now the whistle blows. Couldn't really tell what happened. It must have been something off the screen. As it's like maybe a delayed offside. And they let Gillette touch the puck. Riley Connors talking with the linesman Joey Kramer. We believe the Grizzlies were called for offside. Donovan Kuehl has kind of a puzzled look on his face. As Connors is out there with Filion and Gillette. Grizzlies are rolling with 3 centers. And the centers, whether it's Friesen, Ricketts, or Connors, they seem to be rotating with the forward line of Gillette and Friesen. Puck towards the right side. Wichita has it in their own zone. Nico Somerville moves the right wing pass out to Huel, tape to tape, as he drops it towards the middle of the ice, and all Utah is going to get called for tripping. As Wichita skated into the offensive zone down the middle, about 3 Grizzlies extended their stick, and going to the box is going to be Colby Enns. He gets 2 minutes for tripping. Time of penalty, 2:05 in. So it's going to be a Wichita power play. As they show the replay as Somerville got the puck ahead, and racing down the middle was Van Roboys, and Enns just tripped him up. There are about 3 Grizzlies in the area, and it was a good call by the referee, so Colby Enns will go to the box. It's just his second minor penalty of the season. Enns gets penalty minutes 3 and 4 on the year. Draw's going to be over in the left circle. Thunder trying to climb back into it. Grizzlies looking to hold their ground. As a face-off won by Wichita's Peter Bates. Gets it up top as Wichita dancing around. They move it towards the right side for Krenkovic, who already has 3 goals tonight. Over to Stenell, back to Krenkovic. Siren pass, shot, kick save by Bassey. and Bassey dives in front of the crease to cover up. Good passing by the Thunder. They got it down the middle of the ice for Dickman, and Bassey made the stop. And he is a tall drink of water as Dominic Bassey, 6'6" and 197 pounds. As the Thunder really did a good job getting the puck down low towards Krankovic in the right goal line, tried to center it to Dickman, but Dickman couldn't handle the pass, and the Grizzlies ended up covering up. 17:39 left in the third period, 1:45 left in the power play. As Dickman will crouch down to take the draw against Jack Ricketts. Draw won by Wichita. Second power play win for the Thunder on their power play. As Wichita gets to the right point for Nolan Neen. Neen dances towards the right point, feeds to the goal line. Now back to Neen. As Neen slides one up top towards Bates. Bates with a shoulder fake on Ricketts. Skates towards the right circle. As Bates now guides it back up top to Neen, who directs it to his left. As the Thunder take a lefty shot, saved by Bassey, and he holds on. Looked like Mikkel Stenell took the shot from just outside the left circle. Thunder got some traffic out in front, but Bassey was able to make the stop and hold on with 17:16 left in the third. So with that, the Grizzlies will get 4 fresh tires on their penalty kill. Luke Salem was a scratch on Wednesday, but he's in the lineup for the Grizzlies tonight. Salem, one of 7 defensemen for John Buchanan's crew. Tyler Gratton also on the ice. Remember, the Grizzlies do have 4 shorthanded goals this season. Lepster's out on the ice. He's got 2 of those 4. Wichita feeds it up top. They've got 3 power play. They've got 3 face-off wins on this power play. Thunder get it to the left goal line. They try to get it across to Krankovic, but he was too far along the goal line. Now righty shot saved by Bassey. Rebound goes towards the right corner. The Grizzlies throw it up and out as it goes to neutral ice. Thunder reset halfway through their power play. Grizzlies build a wall at the blue line as Lepster taps it away from Nolan Neen, who tried to enter. Now the Thunder will skate towards their right, and they'll dump it in as the Grizzlies' 4-man wall at the blue line was successful. Salem trying to get towards Lepster, and Lepster gets the puck, and he'll bounce it off a Thunder skater, and Tyler Gratton will fire it back towards Tyreek Outen. Grizzlies make a line change. Thunder will do so as well. 16:25 on a moving clock, third period, as Jack Beck races across center ice to make that Jack Barr, not to be confused with Noah Beck, who was reassigned or recalled to San Jose earlier today. Centering pass, and the Thunder couldn't quite connect on it. As Barr gets towards the right circle, as Finnegan feeds towards the left side. Righty shot by Huell, blocked away by Bassey. As less than 10 seconds left in the power play. Barr feeds to the right circle, dancing around Kirby Proctor. 2 seconds left in the power play, up top to Barr. Barr fakes a shot. He'll fire a righty shot, and that's blocked before it gets towards Bassey. Now rebound shot saved by Bassey. Now the puck is laying in the crease. Grizzlies clear it to the near wing boards. Now righty shot by Barr, and that's sticked away. As Grizzlies back to 5-on-5 skating, but Wichita had some good looks on their power play. Connors dumps it in as Grizzlies make a much-needed line change. We played about 4.5 minutes of this third period. Utah still leads 5-3. Grizzlies at center ice. Timofeyev across, looking for Genev. Wichita picks it off, and they'll move it about 3/4 the length of the ice. Huell skates down the middle. He swings and misses. Arm is raised. Penalty is going to be on the Grizzlies. As Declan Smith towards the left corner. He gets it up top. As coming off the ice, the Wichita goaltender. Delayed penalty as Gormley skates towards the right corner. Now back to Declan Smith, who gets lumbered in the side by Timofeyev. Up top, Somerville. We'll move it towards Gormley, who's now on the right point. Now back to Somerville in the left wing. Somerville dancing around as he'll drop it as the Thunder drop it to Krankovic. Lefty shot, see rebound shot and a score. So the Thunder score on a delayed penalty, and after the whistle and after the goal across the goal line, Declan Smith got after it with Stepan Timofeyev. Is that Kyle Krankovic again? No, we're not sure. The lights go flickering back and forth. It's now a 5-4 game. Stenell took the shot, dropped it for Krankovic. Krankovic fanned on it. It was Declan Smith. As Krankovic didn't get much on a one-timer, puck slid towards Declan Smith, and it was Smith that fired it past Dominic Bassey. So Declan Smith gets his third of the year. It was a delayed penalty goal, as there was 6 in the offensive zone for Wichita for a good amount of time. Lights go flickering on and off the light show at Interest Bank Arena. That's now a 1-goal game. So it's the Grizzlies 5 and the Thunder 4. First goal by somebody not named Kyle Krankovic, but he is going to get an assist, and it's going to be the main assist Declan Smith scored 5:06 in. Krankovic and Stenell with the assists. As he puck deep in the Wichita zone. Now it's back to neutralize. Grizzlies have it at their line. As Utah moves it to Filion. He dumps it in. Gillette chasing after it. As Outen back behind his net. As now Wichita will backhand it towards the left wing. Thunder enter the offensive zone. They get it towards Smith down the middle of the ice. Righty shot kick saved by Bassey in the butterfly position. Puck towards the right side. Wallen spins it around as Smith accepts the puck. He cycles it back past Wallen. Off his stick. Wallen's got an A on his sweater. Filion gets blasted. The glass goes swaying back and forth. About 6 minutes into the third period. Scrum along the left corner. 4 Grizzlies and 2 Thunder out there. As Barr looking nearby like a spectator. And so is John Gillette. As the Thunder continue to hold up, Grizzlies will slide it from one corner to the other. Now Wichita gets a loose puck over in the right corner. Now the Thunder cycle back to a spot that was vacated. As Jake Wallen trying to hold his ground, puck off the glass. Barr gets double teamed. The Grizzlies will clear it out to center ice. Thunder moving back towards the near wing. As we played 6.5 minutes of the third period. Thunder, rink wide feed, tape-to-tape angle right. Now Blackwell skates in. Righty shot, saved by Bassey. Rebound goes to Utah's Reed Webster. Now Webster with a half circle skates down the middle of the ice. Rink wide feed, angle left, goes towards Gratton. Gratton gets hit in the back and gets divorced in the puck. Good defensive play by one of Wichita's big defensemen. Out to center ice. Thunder moving over to Finnegan, who tries to split a double team. Utah takes it away. Good job by Robbie Stucker. Stucker skates around Bassey's net. Now Stucker loses control of the puck. Back to the middle of the ice. Dickman shot. And that one bounces off of Bassey's glove. As now Blackwell will feed it up top. Keeping it in is Nolan Neen in the right point. He'll saucer it off the boards towards Dickman. Dickman curls out in front. Shot and a score. Dickman with a beautiful pass to Spencer Blackwell. And just like that, we're tied at 5. Spencer Blackwell's fired up. He gets his 5th of the year. Dickman just curled a beautiful pass out in front of the crease to a cutting Blackwell. As Dickman used his long stick, and he gets his 13th assist of the year. As Wichita got it in deep from the right point. And you got to credit Dickman. That was a good play. As Blackwell out in front of the net, unoccupied. And just like that, we got a 5-5 game. The light show continues as it almost looks like everybody's waiting for the light show to end before we get back to live hockey. So Blackwell with the goal, Dickman, and Nolan Neen with the assist. That's Neen's 6 assists of the year. So what a crazy game we've had. Grizzlies win the draw. We know that the final score at least is going to be 6-5. Grizzlies moving over to the right point. Righty shots blocked by Proctor. Now Connors with a shot, and that one misses wide as maybe he was looking for Neil Shea out in front of the net. Back towards the left corner. Shea slides behind Wichita's net. Proctor wheels it around the wall as Blackwell collides with Felton. Grizzlies lofted towards the left corner as a Wichita player leaped in the air in the slot. Now left point, shot saved by Outen as the Thunder will skate out towards neutral ice. Proctor gets around center ice, tried to dump it in and bounced it off the stick of Weinstein. Shea over the offensive line gets triple teamed, and he will sky it over Outen's head as Shea was at the end of his shift, and the Grizzlies were changing up around him. Shea towards the bench, trying to play the puck, and the Grizzlies skate down the middle of the ice. Righty shot, and then glove saved by Outen as Timofeyev skated down the middle of the ice. Shea kind of risked playing the puck near the bench, and with that, the Grizzlies were in the middle of a line change. Timofeyev with a quick-looking shot, but Outen was able to make the save with exactly 12 minutes left in the third period. And Wichita continues to argue they think that the Grizzlies played the puck with too many on the ice. Time out on the ice will take one as well. That Jay Dickman assist was his 200th in this league. We're tied at 5 on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
There's exactly 12 minutes left in the third period. Grizzlies and Thunder are tied at 5 in what's turned out to be a crazy game. Ricketts will take the drives out there with Timofeyev and Genev. Genev with 2 goals. Utah also has tallies from Tyler Gratton, John Gillette, and Riley Connors. Genev fires towards the net, and it's blocked by Gormley. Now Ricketts with a shot that's saved by Outen. Loose puck towards the right point as the Grizzly gets knocked down by Lucas Van Roboys. And Van Roboys, so he's been very animated in this game. As Thunder getting out towards center ice, Grizzlies tap it away. As steering it in backhand styles, Van Roboys. Jake Dickman's main assist on Blackwell's game-tying goal is Dickman's 200th league assists in his career. As Danny Genev, toe drag, left side, lefty shot. And that goes wide. And Ricketts got cross-checked in the back to dislodge the net. Was that Van Roboys again? I think it was. And interference is going to be the call. Van Roboys can't believe it. He's going to go to the box for 2 minutes. Playing with spunk is the nice way of putting the style of play for Lucas Van Roboys. Now Van Roboys taps his stick on the ice continually as he did not agree with the call. But he just cross-checked Ricketts in the back, and with that, Ricketts dislodged the net. Van Roboys can't believe it. Now he claps his hands as he gives the referee a standing ovation. Boy, the last night, he's been very animated as Van Roboys. As they showed a replay, that was the most worthless replay in league history. Didn't show us anything at all. So the Grizzlies tied at 5. They've already got a power play goal tonight as they put the net back in place. The party of 5 is Neil Shea, Jack Ricketts, who will take the draw, Tyler Gratton, as well as Aiden Hans-Bukata, and we believe it's Reed Lebster off the screen. So 2-minute power play for the Grizzlies. Everybody kind of standing around. And maybe they added a 10-minute misconduct to Van Roboys. I'm not really sure, but we're just kind of waiting for something off the screen to take place. Now it looks like they're continuing to work on the net that Wichita is defending here in the third period. 11:24 is the time remaining in the third. As Grizzlies, it's been a very balanced attack, and both clubs have played a crazy brand of hockey here tonight. It's been very wide open. It's kind of hockey that's a lot of fun to watch. Now, if you love defensive hockey, it may not be the greatest thing in the world. It looks like they're going to continue to work on the net that the Grizzlies are trying to score on here in the third period. If you joined us late, Wichita got on the board first. It was a power play goal, the first half of a double minor for a high sticking. As Timofeyev was in the box, and was Kyle Krankovic scoring for Wichita. Time of that goal was 4:22 in. And then the Grizzlies scored twice late in the first period. Danny Genev, 16:42 in. Got his first of 2 on the night. Robbie Stucker and Noah Gansky with the assist. Tyler Gratton scored a power play goal, 17:52 in. Krankovic scored a second of the game, 2:14 into the second, tied up at 2. Then the Grizzlies scored 3 unanswered. Gillette, Genev, and Connors found the back of the net. Krankovic completed his hat trick, 8:05 into the second period. And the Thunder have scored 2 unanswered in the third period. Declan Smith, 5:06 in, and Spencer Blackwell, 7:08 in on a great feed from Jay Dickman. Off the draw, Grizzlies win it. Reed Lebster skates down the middle, 15 goals this season. He fires towards the net, and it's blocked before it gets towards Tyreek Outen, who replaced Roddy Ross after Utah's 5th goal. As puck towards the middle of the ice, Wichita will bounce it like a basketball towards the Utah line. Lebster collects the loose puck as he skates down the middle with speed. Across the center ice logo, he steps over the offensive blue, gets it towards Shea. Shea drops it back behind him, but it goes out to neutral ice. Ricketts backhands it to Hans-Bukata. He crosses center ice. He'll drop it back. Ricketts crosses center ice, steps over in the right wing as Ricketts will get it back towards the right corner as Gratton delivers a push on Nolan Neen. Now at the right goal line, Wichita gets it. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. As Proctor with a rink-wide feed, I tried to get it on the tape of Donovan Hewlett, went past him. Grizzlies ricocheted off the near wing boards as Shea collects the puck across the center ice, dangling back and forth. Now drop it to the right point, back towards Shea. Off the stick towards the end board. Shea gets hit in the left side once and twice as Ricketts in the area. Grizzlies bounce it up top, but it goes out to center ice. So the Grizzlies will reset as the puck ends up back deep in the Grizzly zone. Reed Lepster gets it in the near corner. He'll skeet down the middle of the ice. Grizzlies are towards the end of his shift as Lepster will nudge it ahead about 10 feet and come off the ice. As Timo Feyev over the offensive line as he gets back checked by Peter Bates, and the Thunder clear it back towards Utah ice. Connors moves it ahead. 30 seconds left in the power play. We're tied at 5 halfway through the third period. Genev over the offensive line to Friesen. Now Friesen gets double-teamed along the near boards, and the Thunder will drag the puck out towards center ice 2-on-2. Bates will flip it around Felton. Now Bates trying to get the puck back. Felton did a good job boxing him out as Felton ends up getting it. Now Bates behind Utah's net. He'll drop it back towards left side. Shot saved by Bassey. And out to the high slot. Shot, and Gormley's stick lets him down. Gormley's stick broke. Coming out of the box is Van Roboys. Genev looked to center it, and he bounced it off of Van Roboy's stick. Dancing around is Robbie Stucker as he negotiates his way around 3 Thunder skaters. Stucker, high slot, righty shot. A save by Outen as Gormley has a few words with Riley Connors as Outen made the stop with 9:09 left in the third period. We're still tied at 5 here on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
9 minutes and 9 seconds are left in regulation. We got a barn burner over at Intrust Bank Arena as we're tied at 5. Grizzlies with an offensive zone draw. As John Gillette will take the draw in the right circle with Christoph Filion and Maxime Barbashev. That's the 3 forwards on the ice. Barbashev's a +1 tonight. Wichita's outshot Utah 6-3 in the third period. Grizzlies 2 goals in the first, 3 in the second. Wichita 1 goal in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. And with Wichita coming all the way back, the goaltender of record who will get either the win or loss will be Tyreek Outen making his Thunder debut. As the Thunder are able to come all the way back, and that means that Roddy Ross will not get a loss in tonight's game. He gets a no decision. Van Roboys taps his stick on the ice as he has really been animated. And now the referee's going to have some words. He's going to lecture Van Roboys, who's been out of control tonight. The referee, I think, pretty much had one of those. And I think we've all been there. You know, I think I led the league in umpires in baseball saying, hey, one more word from you and you're out of here. I think that's what happened to, I think the referee, Growler, just said, hey, one more from you and you're gone. Centering past Gillette, shot, and a score! John Gillette gets his second of the night. And the Grizzlies retake the lead. It's a 6-5 game. Boy, great play by Barbashev. Barbashev stole the pass as it was intended for Van Roboys. Barbashev to Gillette to the back of the net. And the fan in row 1 at Intrust Bank Arena says, hey, pal, you're number 1. Now for John Gillette, it's 2 goals tonight. As Barbashev's going to get the main assist. That's his 4th assist of the campaign. And Barbashev should get the lone assist as he picked off a Wichita pass in the left circle, centered it to Gillette, and Gillette found the back of the net. So 2 goals for Geneva and Gillette. Now Wichita comes back. They skate in. Lefty shot misses wide as the Thunder look to center. It's picked off by Gratton. Gratton will bounce it up, but not out. The Thunder in the offensive zone as left side. They tried to sweep it out in front and swung and missed. Ends will bounce it out to center ice. Thunder back at the Utah line, gets around a couple defensemen as Huell will get it towards the middle of the ice. Proctor, lefty shot, and he scores, and we're tied at 6. Centering pass out to Kirby Proctor, halfway from the goal line to the blue line. Proctor fired away, gets his 5th of the year. And what a crazy game over at Intrust Bank Arena. Proctor fired at glove side as Bassey kind of slid a little bit towards his right and left a little bit of room glove side for Proctor to fire away. Proctor's goal is listed as unassisted. So we're tied at 6 with 8:32 left in the third. So Grizzlies' John Gillette scored, and Wichita quickly answered. Now the Thunder skate over the offense line. Barbashev collides with Dickman. Puck to the middle of the ice. Felton over in the right corner of his own zone. As Dickman joins the play, Barbashev and Shea looking nearby. Weinstein trying to direct traffic. Puck goes to the middle of the ice. Barbashev gets it knifed away by Proctor. Weinstein behind Utah's net gets towards Barbashev and gets back checked. Puck goes to neutral ice. Shea near the Grizzlies bench. We'll get it across to Felton. Felton at center ice tried to spin away from Dickman, but got divorced in the puck. Now Shea back to the far goal line as Grizzlies in their own zone. They outlet it to Connors near the Grizzlies bench at center ice. Connors collides with Dickman. Grizzlies get to Salem between his legs. Salem gets off the boards, gets to center ice, and he'll dump it in as Thunder back deep in their own zone. Dancing around is number 25, Jack Barr. So bounce one ahead towards center ice. Genev will steer one left, angle left. As he's trying to get towards Timofeyev, who's occupied by Jack Barr. As Thunder back behind their own net. As they get towards the near side. As lofted over Salem's head. Puck slides to center ice. Gansky gets it. He'll right wing it towards the Grizzlies bench. Now back towards Gansky, who skates down the middle of the ice, crosses center. And he'll zip it in. As Alton lets it go towards the left corner. Genev gets spun around by a Thunder skater, and that was Declan Smith. As Grizzlies have it back in their own zone as we got about 7 minutes left in a crazy game. We're tied at 6. Danny Genev with the puck. He's got 2 goals tonight. Dangling back and forth. Now drop it back for Hanson Bukata. Across to Enns, who gets it off the boards. Now Enns fakes out the camera operator. Gets it head towards Gillette, who's on hat trick watch. Gillette crosses center ice, steps over the offensive line, skates down the middle. Lefty shot is blocked by the stick of a Thunder skater. Now Gillette in the left corner gets behind the net as Filion tries to get a break free of Tyler Jetty. And the Thunder will tattoo the puck off the boards and goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Icing is on Wichita with 6:35. That's the time remaining in this third period. We got ourselves a pretty lengthy post-game report just recapping what happened. This draw is going to be in the left circle of the Thunder zone. As the Thunder with 3 goals on just 8 shots here in the third period. Thunder have outshot Utah 35-24. And considering how aggressive Utah's been offensively, usually you see the Grizzlies up over 30 shots by this point in the game. As Friesen will bounce it around Wichita's net. Grizzlies are in the offensive zone, but the Grizzlies do have 6 goals on just 24 shots here so far tonight. As Lepster over in the corner, he battles. The Thunder skater Jack Barr has got a little bit of a size advantage on Lepster. Now behind the net. It's taken by Tyler Jetty, who will backhand it off the wall. It's kept in by Friesen, who wheels it around the boards. As Wichita pitchforks it out towards center ice. Thunder in the middle of a line change. As Gormley gets it ahead, but it was overled. As Grizzlies enter from the left wing. Lepster gets double-teamed along the boards. Lepster's got 15 goals this season, which is tied for second in the league. Grizzlies get around the net. As Van Roboys is all over Friesen like a cheap suit. Van Roboys gets the puck, tries to split a double-team. Friesen took it away. Now Friesen towards the right corner, trying to drop it for Gratton, who couldn't extend his stick far enough to get it behind Wichita's net. Now Friesen holds on to a Thunder skater as Friesen tried to get it back towards the left circle. It's picked off. Wichita will dump it in and skate after it as Felton collides with a Thunder skater. No icing on the play. Big-time hit delivered by a Thunder skater on towards Friesen in the right corner. As the Thunder try to re-enter, Felton moves it ahead out to center ice. Friesen tried to dump it, but just went to the Wichita blue line. 5.5 minutes left in the third period. The Thunder whip it around the boards. And now behind the net, Stucker gets cut off, and Weinstein pitches it around the boards. Shea near side, nudges it ahead. Barbashev chases after it. Barbashev slides it towards the right corner. Now the whistle blows as it appears the Grizzlies are called for offside. 4:59 left in the third period. We'll come back and see how this crazy one ends on the other side. You're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
Are tied at 6 with 4 minutes, 59 seconds left in the third period. Draw's going to be at neutral ice after the Grizzlies were called for offside. Danny Genev and John Gillette each have 2 goals. Oddly enough, I think those are the only 2 Grizzlies players that have a multiple-point game. As Kyle Krankovic has 3 goals and 1 assist for Wichita. Grizzlies had led 5-2 at one point. Then Wichita scored 3 unanswered. John Gillette gave Utah a 6-5 lead. He scored 10:59 in, and 29 seconds later, Kirby Proctor scored his 5th of the year, with Huell getting the assists. As Grizzlies sky it in from neutral ice. As Wichita's got the puck, Grizzlies skate from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. Dancing around is Peter Bates, Wichita's captain. He gets out to center ice left wing. Thunder, backhanded. It's picked off by Stucker as Robbie Stucker skates down the middle. Now he veers off to the right. Stucker's towards the right circle, across towards Connors. He fires a one-time change-up on towards Tyreek Outen, who kicks it away. Thunder, rink-wide feed. Off a stick at center ice, Krankovic battles with Timofeyev after the puck in the far corner. Krankovic pushes Timofeyev, who regains his balance. Grizzlies back down the middle of the ice. Stucker, back check by Krankovic, but Stucker's able to move a left wing pass out towards Shea. Shea, he's over in the left wing, curls it around Wichita's net. It's a puck towards the right side. Ricketts back behind the net for Timofeyev. Off his stick, Timo trying to get to the left circle. Dickman clears it all the way out as it goes to center ice. Danny Genev accepts it. He's got 2 goals tonight. Gets it towards Ricketts down the middle of the ice. He gets around 4 Thunder skaters. Left wing, lefty shot. Glove saved by Outen. But what a play by Jack Ricketts as Outen holds on with 3:52 left in the third. And Ricketts just got the puck down the middle of the ice, somehow negotiated his way around 4 Thunder skaters, got to the left circle and found a good scoring chance, and Outman had to make a good glove save to keep it a 6-6 game. Ricketts will take the draw as he's out there with Timofeyev and Danny Genev. I would say the next goal is going to win this game, but you never know with this contest. As we mentioned before, Wichita, they play nothing but close games. 17 of their 27 have been decided by 1 goal. 9 of 28 games the Grizzlies have played have been decided by 1. As Wichita wins the draw, as they'll tattoo it off the near wing boards, goes to center ice. Puck is laying at the center ice circle, and it's taken by Wichita. As Wallen skates around a Grizzly defenseman, sticked away by Bassey. Shot goes just wide. As Declan Smith had a good look as the puck was laying in front of the crease. As Ricketts out towards Genev. Genev, he drops it for Timofeyev. As Timo skates towards left goal line, chips out front for Ricketts. Wichita gets a stick in the way. Weinstein gets this. He shields Smith from the puck. Right wing, shot on a tough angle, saved by Outen. As the Thunder cleared out to center ice and beyond. Looks like icing is going to be called on Wichita as play stops with 3:14 left in the third. So faceoff's going to come back towards Tyreek Outen, who came in relief of Roddy Ross. And because Wichita was able to come back, Outen's the goaltender of record. So faceoff's over in the right circle. John Gillette will take it. He's out there with Filion and Gillette. Gillette talking with Connors. Felton and Weinstein, the solid defensive pairing, are out in the ice. So draws over in the right circle. Connors will take the draw, but this time it's won by Wichita. The Thunder will sky it out to center ice. Weinstein will race after the puck that's spinning on its side like a spinning top. And icing once again on Wichita with 3:10 left in the third. So the Grizzlies, and really that's been a pretty dependable forward line. Gillette and Filion have been forwards 10 and 11 in the lineup, and they've been rotating with the different defensemen. Filion certainly earned some ice time tonight with his hustle, and John Gillette, it's one of the best games he's played as a Grizzly. Riley Connors, he's been as consistent as ever. Connors will take the draw, same 5 on the ice for the Grizzlies and the Thunder. 3:10 left in the third. Grizzlies win the draw, but it goes past Weinstein, who will chase after it. No icing as Weinstein collects the puck in front of Bassey. Rink-wide feed, angle left's picked off. Van Roboys feeds it across, and the Thunder are offside as Van Roboys cross-ice pass got into the Grizzlies zone, and the Thunder try to skate in. They're offside with 2:57 left in the third. This is the time of game where just about every decision is going to be critical on both sides. How aggressive do both teams, how aggressive are they offensively? You know that they do have overtime in their back pocket at some point. Friesen will take the draw against Van Roboys, who's been very animated, to say the least, here tonight. Off the draw, it's won by Utah. Stucker gets to Gansky as Gansky will zip it ahead. Pass goes tape to tape. Grizzlies down the middle of the ice on the back check, though. Reed Lepster got his pocket picked by Jack Barr. Puck will slide into the Grizzlies zone as Stucker strides after it. Now he gets behind Utah's net. Stucker feeds to the far corner. Now the Grizzlies enter from the right side. Evan Friesen gets around 2 Thunder skaters. Lefty shot, rebound shot, all saved by Outen. As Friesen just kind of laid it towards the middle of the ice. And Friesen had a pretty good look as Friesen's out there with Gratton and Lepster. Hanson Buchanan moves across. Now up top to Lepster, fakes a one-timer, gets to AHB. Across towards Stucker. Stucker dancing around to the right point. He fires a righty shot, and that one goes wide. 2:12 on a moving clock, third period. Hanson Buchanan will get it back in deep as it ricochets off the end boards. Lepster dances around to the left corner, gets around Van Roboys. Lepster skates in, righty shot sticked away by Outen. Gratton feeds up top, but nobody was at the left point. Hanson Buchanan will race after and get it at the Utah blue line. He'll nudge it ahead as now it's Wichita that's got the puck. Krankovic ahead towards Bates. Good defensive play by Weinstein, poking it away as the pass was intended for Bates. Now Barbashev locates the puck. He'll get it taken away by Krankovic. 1:39 left in the third period is Kyle Krankovic. 3 goals and 1 assist tonight. Crosses center ice. He fires lefty shot, and it's gloved by Bassey, and he will hold on. Thunder will have an offensive zone draw with 1:32 left in the third. Dominic Bassey's making his Grizzlies and league debut. He made his pro debut. I guess it depends on whether you call the SPHL Pro League or not. He did play for Pensacola 2 days ago and stopped 32 of 33 in a victory against Macon. Draws over in the left circle. The 2 number 12s, Riley Connors and Peter Bates, will take the draw. As Connors crouches down low, he communicates with the 3-man wall in the slot, and that's Felton, Barbashev, and Shea. Grizzlies won the faceoff. Weinstein whips it around the boards. It goes past Shea to center ice. Barbashev collides with a Thunder skater. Barbashev with the right wing feed. Grizzlies enter the zone, but they're offside as Utah had to dangle back and forth a little bit towards the far point before entering the zone, and Nil Shea entered before the Grizzly came in with the puck. So there's 1:22 left in the third. If we do get to overtime, the Grizzlies got their first victory past regulation on Wednesday, and Utah did control the puck for the majority of the overtime session before Barbashev scored 6.5 minutes into OT. So draw taken by Riley Connors. Connors talking with the linesman, says, come on, man, drop the puck. As Connors wins it cleanly. But the linesman says, let's do it over again. He kicks Connors out of the faceoff circle. Connors can't believe it. He can't believe it. Yeah, so he's going to go to the left wing. Barbashev will take the draw. Now Shea's over on the right side near the Wichita bench. Draw neutralized, won by the Grizzlies. Barbashev fires towards the net and misses wide. Out might have got a piece of it. We didn't see where the shot ended up with his camera feed. 1:12 left in the third. Wichita gets towards center ice. Connors holding on to a Thunder skater. Bates enters from the right wing. He'll drop it for Krankovic, who's already done enough tonight. Over to the left side. Shot. And that one misses wide. Now back towards the right wing. Thunder get it in deep as Dickman gets held up by Felton. Krankovic and Weinstein battles. Weinstein delivers his blow on Krankovic as Weinstein just kind of holding up Krankovic. Now puck towards the middle of the ice. Connors will backhand it out and throw it to center ice. 42 seconds left in the third. We're tied at 6. Thunder get it ahead. It goes past Weinstein behind the net. Bassey will flip it towards the far wing boards. Grizzlies get the loose puck. 30 seconds left in regulation. As Ricketts dancing around gets it ahead. It goes deep into the Thunder zone. Grizzlies make a line change. Thunder with a rink-wide feed, angle right. As it goes past Declan Smith, Bassey behind his net will drop it for Gansky. 15 seconds left. The Grizzlies have one final shot. As the puck pinballs off a couple sticks, Grizzlies over the offensive line. Timofeyev dancing around will take a righty shot, and that one's sticked away by Barr. And on the follow-through, Declan Smith going after Timofeyev as the puck is out of play with 7.3 seconds left in the third. And it's almost like Timofeyev and Smith are looking around, seeing if either guy's going to lose his cool. So the last thing that the Grizzlies would want is to take a penalty this late into regulation. Certainly the same would be the case for Wichita. So faceoff's going to be over in the left circle. As Connors will take it for Utah. Riley Connors has taken a lot of the big faceoffs for the Grizzlies here tonight. Reed Lepster is going to be on the ice. Watch out for him. He scored some huge goals for the Grizzlies this year. Lepster has 4 game winners on the season. As Connors, Lepster, and Danny Genev are on the ice. Robbie Stucker, one of the defensemen out there. So if Connors wins it cleanly, now Genev will station himself directly behind Connors. Wichita's got a 3-man wall about 10 feet in front of the crease. Draws in the left circle, 7.3 seconds left in the third. We're tied at 6. Draw one by Wichita. As Donovan Huell just holds on to the puck for the remainder of regulation. He'll feed it to the far corner. And for the second straight game, we head to overtime. We're tied at 6. We know the final score is going to be 7-6. Who's going to kick the extra point? Wichita got on the board first as Kyle Krenkovic scored 4:22 in. Grizzlies got late first period goals from Danny Genev and Tyler Gratton. Utah led 2-1 after one period. Krenkovic tied it up at 2 as he scored 2:14 into the second. Then the Grizzlies scored 3 unanswered. John Gillette, 2:34 in. Genev with his second of the night, 6:58 in. And Riley Connors, 7:52 in. Krenkovic completed the hat trick, 8:05 into the second period to make it a 5-3 game. And then the Thunder scored 2 unanswered third period goals. Declan Smith, 5:06 in. Spencer Blackwell, 7:08 in. John Gillette gave Utah a 6-5 lead. He scored 10:59 in with Barbashev getting the assist. Then 11:28 in, just 29 seconds after Gillette scored. Kirby Proctor was in the slot, and he fired it past Bassey, Huell, and Stenell with the assists. To end regulation, Wichita outshot Utah 35-27. Grizzlies 1 for 3 on the power play. Wichita's 1 for 5. No surprise that Danny Genev leads Utah with 5 shots. He's even in the plus-minus category. Timofeyev, Handsome Yukata, and John Gillette, as well as Tyler Gratton. Those 4 have 3 shots. Who's going to be the 3 to start overtime for the Grizzlies? It's going to be Jack Ricketts, Danny Genev, and Christian Felton. 2 forwards and 1 defenseman. 7 minutes are put on the clock. Grizzlies will skate from left to right here in overtime. Lucas Van Roboy is going to be taking the draw for Wichita. He's out there with Nolan Neen and Donovan Huell. Huell and Van Roboys were each reassigned to Wichita from the AHL San Jose Barracuda just a couple days ago. So Ricketts crouches down low. So he'll take the draw against Van Roboys. Linesman Joey Kramer will drop the puck. We're tied at 6. This has been an entertaining game. The draw one by Wichita is Nolan Neen, who's got an A on his sweater. He's in the Thunder zone. He'll backhand it ahead as Van Roboys skates towards a Grizzly. Now Wichita skates back deeper in their own zone. Donovan Huell gets the puck. He skates down the middle. As he dangles back and forth, now back out deeper into his own zone. 20 seconds into overtime. Now he accelerates. Huell skates down the middle of the ice. He'll skate towards the right circle. He gets around Genev. Now Huell around Utah's net. Donovan Huell has it in the left wing. Now down the middle of the ice, he fires a righty shot and he misses wide. Well, if he wouldn't have had the accuracy, it looked like it'd be a 7-6 Wichita win. As Huell now gets boxed out by Ricketts. Felton takes control of the puck. As Huell falls down, so does Felton as the puck slides towards the near corner. Loose puck is taken by Danny Genev. The first-year pro out of Penn State gets back checked by Van Roboys. Genev gets it taken away by Van Roboys. Wichita gets it back. Thunder seem to be more conscious of puck possession here in overtime than they were on Wednesday. Thunder backing out into their own zone as Nolan Neen's behind his net. Neen will move it to his left. Racing across center ice with a ton of speed, Stenell. Stenell loses the puck as Neil Shea back in his own corner. And so get it towards Weinstein. Now back to Shea. Neil Shea at center ice will slowly and casually tap it back towards Connors. Connors skates down the middle. Now he veers off to the right. Now the puck's over in the right corner. Connors regathers it. He feeds up top for Hanson Buchanan, but it goes past him. AHB gets the puck. He's in the Grizzlies zone. Now AHB down the middle of the ice. He'll drop it off. As Shea gets the puck, he's got a ton of speed. Shea towards the right wing, skates towards a circle, gets around Bates. Now he stops in the right circle. Now he feeds it to Robbie Stucker. Stucker will bounce it towards the left wing. As we're tied at 6, about 2 minutes into overtime. Shea towards the left wing, skates towards a circle, lefty shot. Saved by Alton. Puck bounces in front of the crease, taking it's Peter Bates. Boy, Shea on a tough angle, had a pretty good look there and almost scored. Bates gets to center ice, left wing, feeds it to Stenell. Stenell will back it out, sliding the puck towards Alton, as Alton will drop it for Kirby Proctor. As Proctor's game-tying goal. That's the reason why we're still playing. So lay it for Krenkovic, who's already got 3 goals and 1 assist tonight. Krenkovic will race across center ice. Now he'll chip it towards Dickman. Dickman back towards Krenkovic in the give and go. Oh, it's going to be a penalty on Utah. As Krenkovic tried to accept the centering pass in front of the crease, he got hooked by Tyler Gratton. Now the Grizzlies trying to touch up the puck. Dickman gets knocked down. Puck still alive. Gratton cross-checks Stenell in the back. And I wonder if that's going to be 2 separate penalties on Gratton. Gratton hooked Krenkovic as he was skating over the offensive line, and then Gratton got a cross-check on Stenell. 4:24 is left in overtime. I think Grizzlies fans are hoping it's just 1 penalty on Tyler Gratton, because 2 separate penalties would probably give Wichita a 5-on-3 power play. So there's 4:24 left in overtime, and Wichita's got a power play. We didn't get to see the referee's signal, so we're not sure if it's 1 penalty or 2. It looks like it's just 1 penalty on Tyler Gratton, so it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for Wichita. Jay Dickman will take the draw for the Thunder, and for the Grizzlies, it's going to be Evan Friesen. Friesen, Enns, and Gansky are the 3 on the ice. 4:24 left in overtime, tied at 6. 2-minute power play. The drop. Linesman fake both players out. Joey Kramer, the linesman, talks with Dickman. What a wild game over at Intrust Bank Arena that's lasted close to 3 hours. Grizzlies won the draw. Gansky clears it out. As the puck slides slowly deep in the Wichita zone, Mikhail Stenell gets it. Stenell's got good speed. Skates down the middle of the ice. Now dropping at the Wichita line. Taking it's Peter Bates. Now Bates towards the right side. We'll drop it back to Stenell as everybody's now in the Grizzlies zone. As Wichita towards the right circle, dancing around is Bates. Now Dickman back towards Stenell as Mikhail Stenell drops it. As Krenkovic over to the right side. One-timer saved by Bassey. Now the Thunder get it back in the right wing. Bates up top towards Krenkovic. He'll fire a lefty shot, and that one sticked away. It looked like Krenkovic was looking for a Jay Dickman redirection. As Bates, minute 15 left in the power play. He'll drop it back. A shoulder fake by Stenell as he dances around. It looked artistic. Now over towards Krenkovic. And back towards Stenell. He's in the middle of the ice. Now he dangles towards the left circle. Slide it back towards the right wing. As Bates feeds it out in front looking for Dickman to redirect it. And it goes wide of him. As Stenell back up top for Krenkovic. Over to the right wing. As Jay Dickman will skate towards the high slot. Dickman's got 200 assists in this league in his career. Now back towards the right side. Stenell feeds to Bates. Bates gets it tapped away by Gransky. Now down the middle of the ice. Dickman shot kick save by Bassey. As that's a big save by Bassey. Best he's made so far tonight. 33 seconds left in the power play. Dickman up top. Krenkovic trying to feed it out in front. Loose puck. Grizzlies throw it up and not out. And it looked like Krenkovic had lost his stick. 20 seconds left in the power play. Krenkovic back towards the right side. One-timer and a score. Mikhail Stenell wins it for Wichita as he fired a one-timer from a Krenkovic pass. Stenell gets his 6th of the year. And the Thunder get a comeback 7-6 victory. The light show's ongoing at Intrust Bank Arena. An overtime power play goal. Grizzlies were able to clear the puck once, but Wichita had a ton of offensive zone time. And Bassey was just leaning a little bit too far towards his glove side. And Stenell's one-timer was stick side past Dominic Bassey. Final score, Wichita 7, Utah 6, as both teams now have an overtime victory in this series. Tomorrow night will be the rubber match. Final score, 7-6. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Grisby commutes to work by riding UTA. It gives him time to make friends and relax before arriving to the Maverick Center. But how can Grisby keep enjoying that feeling throughout the entire day? An idea! Utah Transit Authority, proud sponsors of the Utah Grizzlies.
Well, the first game for both clubs in the 2026 calendar year turned out to be a memorable one, as Wichita gets a 7-6 overtime victory over the Grizzlies, and that's a tough one, especially when you consider the Grizzlies at one point at a 5-2 lead, 7:52 into the second period. Wichita got an early power play. Stepan Timofeyev got a high-sticking double minor, 4:11 in. And 11 seconds into the first half of the double minor, Krankovic scored his first of 3 on the night. Stenell and Neen got the assists. Utah tied it up, 16:42 into the first, as Danny Genev got his 10th of the year, with Robbie Stucker and Noah Gansky gave the assists. As Stucker had the puck in the right point, fed a cross-country pass that went tape-to-tape toward Genev, and once Genev got the puck in the left wing, he fired it over the right shoulder of Roddy Ross. Grizzlies got a power play late in the first period. Tyler Gratton capitalizes. He scored from near the right goal line. He fired it over Ross's right shoulder. That was 17:54 in. Gratton's goal was assisted by Reed Lepster and Aiden Hans-Mukata. Utah led 2-1 after one period. Wichita outshot Utah 12-11 for the frame. Kyle Krankovic scored his second of the night, 2:14 in to tie it up at 2. Tyler Jetty and Kyle Jeffers with the assists. 20 seconds after Krankovic's goal, Wichita turned the puck over in their own zone, and John Gillette down the middle of the ice. He fired away and fired it past Roddy Ross. That gave Utah a 3-2 lead. A few minutes later, Genev scored 6:58 in. It was the second of the game and 11th of the season. Timofeyev and Ricketts picked up the assists. Riley Connors scored 7:52 into the second. Right now it's listed as unassisted. They might add an assist to Neil Shea later on. Connors scored. He now has 4 on the season. That's 4 goals in 8 games. And he now has 3 goals in his last 3 games. Connors scored 7:52 into the second. Well, with that, Roddy Ross was pulled after stopping 11 of 16, and he was replaced by Tyreek Outen. Krankovic completed the hat trick, 8:05 into the second, with Peter Bates gave the assists. That made it a 5-3 game, and that's where it stood after 2 periods. Wichita outshot Utah 15-9 in the second period. Then the Thunder scored 2 unanswered in the third period as Declan Smith scored 5:06 in. Krankovic and Stenell with the assist, and then Spencer Blackwell got a great pass from Jay Dickman as Dickman skated around Utah's net and just kind of laid the puck in front of the crease. Blackwell was cutting towards the net, had plenty of momentum, and once he got the puck, he just overpowered it past Dominic Bassey. And with that, Jay Dickman picked up his 200th league assists. Nolan Neen also with an assist on the Blackwell goal. So that tied it up at 5. Grizzlies took a 6-5 lead as Barbashev got the puck over in the left circle, intercepting a Wichita pass, centered it to Gillette. Gillette fired it past Outen. Outen stopped 11 of 12. The only goal he allowed was Gillette, getting his second of the game and 5th of the year, 10:59 in. 29 seconds later, though, Wichita tied it up as Kirby Proctor fired away from the slot. He picked up his 5th of the year. Huell and Stenell with the assists. In Wednesday night's game in overtime, Grizzlies had the puck, and they possessed the puck for just about the entire overtime session, which lasted 6.5 minutes. Tonight felt like a different story. Wichita was much more patient and effective with their approach. They eventually got a power play after Tyler Gratton got a hooking minor, 2:36 in, as Jay Dickman had the puck in the left wing, tried to center it to a cutting Kyle Krankovic. Gratton kind of spun around Krankovic and picked up the penalty. Utah was able to clear the puck once on the penalty kill, but Wichita had an extended amount of offensive zone time. And Kyle Krenkovic was at the middle of the ice and just kind of laid one on a tee for Stenell on the right side. And Stenell's one-timer was fired away, stick side past Bassey. Looked like Bassey was kind of leaning a little bit more towards his left and couldn't recover back towards his right stick side. And Stenell was able to fire it past him. It was 4:17 into overtime as Stenell got his 6th of the year. Krenkovic and Peter Bates will pick up the assists. It's just like that. It's a 7-6 game. And with Ronnie Ross, he got the start, but he didn't get the win as Tyreek Outen in his Thunder debut, first-year pro, picks up the victory. And for Dominic Bassey, in his Grizzlies debut, he saved 31 of 38. It was a multiple-point game for John Gillette and Danny Genev, who each had 2 goals. Oddly enough, though, considering the Grizzlies scored 6 goals, it was the only 2 players that had 2 or more points. So you can say that the Grizzlies had a very balanced attack offensively. Robbie Stucker was a +3. Noah Gansky was a +2. John Gillette, Christoph Filion, and Maxime Barbashev were each a +2. Barbashev had 1 assist. And with that, we saw a lot of ice time down the stretch for Filion and John Gillette. They each played a good game. It was just one of those that it was a high-scoring game. It was one of those crazy games. And, the difference, it wasn't necessarily the power play that Wichita got, but they were able to capitalize on the power play, and they get a 7-6 victory. Thunder outshot the Grizzlies 36-28. Special teams certainly played a factor. Wichita was 2 for 6 on the power play, and the Grizzlies were 1 for 3. In terms of time of game, it was about as long as we've seen all year, 2 hours and 48 minutes. Looked like Steve Traxel was pitching for the Grizzlies tonight, and that's why the game went so long, as Traxel was a notoriously slow worker. Attendance, 2,637 over at Intrust Bank Arena. Well, tomorrow will be the rubber match. If it's anything like the first 2 games we've seen in this series, we're in for a crazy affair. Utah won 4-3 in overtime on Wednesday, and Wichita returns the favor, winning in overtime 7-6. Note the start time is going to be an hour earlier, as faceoff will be at 5:05 in the Mountain Time Zone. Pre-game coverage will be at 4:50. Let's go over the 3 stars of the game. Let's see if they give any sort of nod to a Grizzlies player for 3 stars, and they probably should, considering how close the game was. 3 stars of the game, and they haven't been posted on the box score. We do know that Kyle Krenkovic was the number 1 star. As he was being interviewed, he had 3 goals and 1 assist, and it doesn't look like they've posted the 3 stars as of yet. Did look like Krenkovic ended up with 3 goals and 2 assists. Obviously, he had the main assists on the game winner. Mikhail Stenell had 1 goal and 3 assists. He's probably a star for Wichita as well. And I'd probably give Danny Genev a 3rd star honors, although it was John Gillette that scored the 3rd period goal to give Utah a 6-5 lead. So they haven't posted who the 3 stars of the game are, but I'd probably say that in terms of Grizzlies 3 stars, we'd probably go Gillette, Genev. And how about Robbie Stucker? 1 assist, and he was a +3. Stucker continues to play outstanding hockey for the Grizzlies. He's now a +6 in his last 5 games. And Noah Gansky was a +2. He had another solid effort. We mentioned the 2 forwards, Gillette and Christoph Filion. Filion right now he's not listed as having any points, but Filion certainly made the play, forcing the turnover that led to the Gillette 2nd period goal. Filion and Gillette each played a solid game. Stepan Timofeyev, he was a plus performer. He was a +1 and had 1 assist, and he played a solid game as well. Just one of those things that, it's one of those games that easily could have gone either way, and tonight just happened to go Wichita's way. 18 of the 28 games Wichita's played this season have been decided by 1 goal. Back-to-back 1-goal games for the Grizzlies. Now 10 of their 29 games have been decided by 1 goal. With the loss, Grizzlies' record falls to 13-13-3, but their point percentage stays at .500, and they now have 29 standings points on the year. Thunder's record climbs to 12-11-3-3. Thunder are now 6-4-2-2 at home, and the Grizzlies fall to 10-6-2 away from Maverick Center. Road trip continues tomorrow night. 4:50 pregame show. 5:05 face-off, 6:05 locally in the Central Time Zone. Well, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and not necessarily the final outcome. Once again, in 2 hours and 48 minutes and in front of a crowd of 2,637, it was Danny Genev and John Gillette who scored 2 goals, and the Grizzlies also got goals from Riley Connors and Tyler Gratton. But the Wichita Thunder got 3 goals and 2 assists from Kyle Krenkovic and 1 goal and 3 assists from Mikkel Stenell. And the Grizzlies fall in overtime 7-6. I'm Tyson Whiting, and I'm just pursuing my dream, and that's to someday get to the National Hockey League. Next broadcast will be tomorrow night, 4:50 pregame show, 5:05 face-off. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.